already back with another episode of United Gamedom podcast. I think we've done more episodes in the last 2 months than we did last year, but anyway, it's it's getting pretty close to that. So I'm your host for today. My name is Dennis. I wasn't on the last one, which was Derek and Darren talking about Derek's game of the year. I listened to about half of it, and I have to listen to the rest. Haven't done so yet. I'm here with Darren, who's joining me for this one. How you doing, Darren?
I'm doing good. Weekend off.
Yeah.
Back on nights. Couldn't be happier.
I'm pissed off. I saw your photos yesterday, and it seemed to be a lovely day where you went yesterday, and I was like, fuck, we're stuck with a bunch of snow over here and cold temperatures, and I was like, man, that looked
Compared to today, yesterday was glorious because today it was pretty much raining. So
Okay.
it was. So yeah, and most of the like last week and so it's pretty much been the bad weather though. Like yesterday was like just a fucking a rare sunny day in this like the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have been any nicer.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
just
lucky.
basically
Your brother
what
was
Dennis was talking about is it was my brother's wedding yesterday, so it was.
Yeah, I saw the
And,
pictures.
Yeah, it was a lovely day. So it was. Like I am not the kind of person. If you know me well, like I am kind of the person that doesn't be socially awkward in in crowded situations and out there. And like the last time I was at the other brother's wedding, and I kind of left pretty early because I was just getting. It was uncomfortable. I just wanted to go.
Overwhelmed and everything.
I wasn't enjoying myself, to be honest, though. And this time around, it was a completely different story. I enjoyed myself more. I stayed longer. I left before like after 9 o'clock here, though. But I was like that's a full 2 hours more than I did the other brother's wedding. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be there till like 1 a.m. in the morning. Despite the fact I could stay up till that late though, but I'm not going to stay there because when it gets rowdy and there's like drunken people around, that's like I am not going to go there.
Not gonna bother with that.
No.
Yeah. And someone who doesn't have to worry about snow anywhere near where he lives is our special guest for the podcast today. It's Travis. How you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are y'all doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
We actually had snow 2 times this winter here.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
you're talking like not even an inch of snow, but to technically have snow in the Houston, Texas area, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the kids playing all out in it. It's almost a once in a decade type thing. But to have 2 snows in the same season, that's pretty exciting for the kids.
Yeah, the weather is pretty insane pretty much everywhere around the world, I think, these days.
Yeah, big time.
We're having like one of the worst winters we've ever had this year. Like it's snowing pretty much every day here.
I seen your videos. I think you tweeted like there were like these pile-ups.
Yeah.
Pretty much because of causing accidents, and one of them was like skidded along their thing, and then this big truck came and like pretty much smashed through the car and like fucking almost got killed or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. But yeah, like Canada has it bad in terms of snow now, and certain parts of the states as well. But like we had snow, I think more so than usual though here this winter though. But at least I'm not like buried underneath it like Canada is.
Yeah. We're
Well,
pretty much buried.
For us, it was Harvey back in August, and a lot of places took on 7 feet of water.
Wow.
And that was pretty crazy. I mean, streets I go up and down every day that I have footage on my Twitter account of people going by in boats. It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That was completely nuts.
And you guys got hit by that hurricane also, so.
Well, the hurricane didn't really directly hit us. It was just the rain sat on top of us, and it just rained for a week. I think we got something like 50 inches of rain.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And but everything's just now being rebuilt and finished up. So
yeah, I mean,
we recovered. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
so.
that's the most important.
Like I'm kind of blessed with where I live, though. We don't suffer for anything like that there. I kind of think that sucks, though, for people like you, like suffer from hurricanes and floods and all that stuff all the time. Now it just kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
the worst we get's like snow and like heavy rain, though. Like we don't suffer that there stuff, though. But like sometimes, and like maybe the odd time where like a power goes out or something for a lack of hours, but that's practically it. Whereas like countries like get hit by hurricanes and have power out for weeks and months on end. Like there's probably some places now that suffered from those things there last year.
Like
still hasn't
Puerto
got
Rico,
any power. Yeah, Puerto Rico still probably hasn't got power like months later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. We didn't lose power. I mean, but it was about exactly 1 block away from where I live. The National Guard had helicopters, and they were, just hoisting people out of their homes.
Yeah,
that was a trip to see that in your neighborhood. Just to walk 1 block with your kids and watch guys in helicopters on the lanyards, or whatever you call them, hoisting people out. That was a total trip.
Yeah, that must be insane. I never witnessed anything like this. Like the worst we had here is the ice rain storm that we had a couple of years ago, where everything was out for like 2 days. That's the most we had here of like tragedy, like a weather-related tragedy or stuff like that. But we get a lot of snow, of course, during winter, but we're used to it here. If we get like
you better
3 inches of snow, it's like, okay, well, whatever. Just go drive into that and, have fun and suffer through it. And, supposed to be a very long and hot summer this year, so I hope that's the case, because we didn't have any summer last year, so.
Oh, wow.
They're
all long and hot here.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be really, I suppose like you guys in Phoenix and places like that must be hell to be in summer. Must be really hot.
California and Florida as well, pretty much.
Those places that get like 120, that's insane. There's a huge difference between 100 and 120. It's just massive. That's when your car battery, faults out, your transmission overheats, you have all these different types of problems. I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah, 120 Fahrenheit, that's close to 50 Celsius. Or not too far from 50 Celsius. That's a lot of heat.
I'd be dead of that fucking heat, so would.
Yeah, you need to have AC somewhere to keep you cool, because
the highest here is usually like 20 odd degrees Celsius, so it is. That's usually the hardest we get during the summer. High 20s really. That's
34, 35 over here, but not really.
I'm gonna have to convert to keep up.
Yeah, you guys are Fahrenheit.
I think we're weird thinking Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I think we probably get 100, 95, 100 during the summer when it's hot. Of course, last year we never got that because it was a very, very bad summer. Like we had maybe 1 week of nice weather. All the rest of the time was cold and raining, and it was a really bad summer last year. So
our summers are usually in April, May, because that's when the nice weather happens around here.
Okay.
And like usually our summers, like you might get the odd sunny day, and it's like usually rain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember last year though, but that's usually the case though. It has a lot of days in April and May is sunny, and then in like September tends to be pretty sunny as well. But like most of the summer months itself, it's like nope, rain, great. That's why everyone goes abroad, because it's always raining down here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty insane. I mean, the weather is crazy.
Jacked.
I think the world is going nuts. Anyway.
Yeah, so. it's jacked everywhere. Everyone's weather seems like it's off. Almost everyone's.
Yeah. Pretty much. I think it snowed in Egypt and stuff like that. So it's insane. I mean, if you see snow in Africa, it's pretty. It means things have gone out of control. Everywhere. So.
It's the precursor, like a montage to a movie,
Yep.
At the beginning, right before everything really goes bad.
Yep.
You start seeing the headlines and the weather reports.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody's like, oh, it's snowing. Okay, well, whatever. And then a week later, it starts, the whole disaster starts and everything. Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't come to that for sure, but we'll see. So yeah, you want to talk a little bit about yourself, Travis? What you do and whatever you want to say. It's up to you.
Whatever I want to say.
The thing is, I was just about to cut in there.
Yeah.
Travis was on before, but it was a very long time ago.
Yeah, it's a very long.
Yeah, it was. It
yeah.
was. It was a good 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
No longer than that.
Longer. Wow.
I think
we've been doing
2012.
this for what, 6 years, 7 years?
6 years.
Ooh.
So it's I
Yeah.
think it was our first year. You're on 2012, 2013.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's been a
It's quite
minute.
some time. Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Oh, talk about myself. Okay. Old time gamer. My first system that I remember playing on was on a Tandy computer that my dad had.
Oh.
And it basically had like Donkey Kong clone games. Had a Donkey Kong type clone.
Mm-hmm.
Had some other stuff. You had I believe it had cassettes that he had to load the programs on.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. And then we got an Atari. And that was a big deal, having an Atari back in the day. I know, Dennis, I know you remember that for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And those are all, your basic fundamental games that you started playing at home.
Yeah, everybody had an Atari. I had it in
Yeah.
television.
Oh, yeah, in television.
Yep.
I remember those.
My dad bought us an television. He said, "Well, I'm going to buy you apparently what was the better console between the two." He said, "I'm going to buy you an Atari and a television instead of an Atari." But that pissed us off because everybody else had Ataris and we had.
Oh,
televisions.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, I think from a technical standpoint, it probably was a better machine.
Yeah, apparently it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it just probably didn't have the game library
Oh no.
and the same stuff, The
Definitely.
Atari had a lot of games.
Yep.
So that's where it all kind of started right there. And of course, I was probably about 9 years old when the Nintendo NES dropped. So that was pretty much a perfect age, I think, right in there.
85, 86. Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember the NES set up in the Walmarts, on demo.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember playing Kung Fu on that.
Oh yeah.
Waiting in line to play that on on the demo.
I still have that song in my head, like ding 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 ding.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, now I do too. I'm right with you. Oh, that was
Wait.
the little echo effect.
Yeah, the little turning one. That was a good game. That was a really good game on NES.
Yeah. And then the first console, and I've been tweeting about this a little bit lately, was that I bought myself was the Sega Genesis. I was psyched for that thing. I still have it. I mean, I still have the NES too. I think I sold my Atari to a neighborhood kid to get money for another system. But
So they still work then, those ones you have?
oh yeah, they still work.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they work great.
Yeah, the oldest one I have is the Super Nintendo. It's be 25 years old this Christmas.
Yeah,
Still
that's-
working good for you?
Yeah, still working, yeah.
Good. Yeah, actually on the Genesis I had a hockey game. The NHL hockey
Gretzky?
EA's.
Oh, the EA
No, not
one? Okay.
yeah, the EA ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had created my own player,
Mhm.
and I checked it about a year ago, and the battery finally died.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the batteries, the little watch battery inside the carts,
Mm-hmm.
they last a considerable amount of time. It was pretty amazing.
Yep.
At least 20 years that they lasted. So
Yeah. That's
hats
great.
off to those battery makers,
Yep.
those manufacturers that made them.
Compared to today.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though, considering the fact that heck, some of those games back then are like made perfectly and they last a long time, whereas other games now they come out broken,
Yep.
and like
True.
a year later they still are broken in some cases.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, well, they're much more complicated now.
Yeah,
much more
exactly.
complex, and the budgets are huge. There's a lot more money at stake.
Yep.
It's a lot like a Hollywood production. Someone's put a lot of money on the line, and they want to make a return on their investment.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a lot of that in every industry. The game industry is not immune from that. That profit is more important than quality of product and experience.
Mm-hmm.
We see a lot of that.
Don't forget, it's a corporation. Everybody wants to make money.
That's true. Yeah,
No
that's
matter
why
who it
they
is.
exist. Yeah, they're not doing this as a charity.
Exactly.
Well, there are some. I mean, there are some
The
people
indies
that
probably.
yeah, that
Still, they
indies,
still want to make money.
and they do the not the GoFundMe, but what's the other site? It's slipping my mind.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah.
Yeah, Kickstarter. Yeah, they do that. Some people, and they volunteer their time. And they're just kind of recouping their cost to make the game. There's been some pretty
Hoping
cool
the game
stuff come
comes
out of
out
there.
one day.
Yeah, like the fact there's been some great stuff coming out of it over the last few years, but there's also been ones where they pretty much went nowhere,
Terrible.
or else they end up terrible. Like
Yeah, it's a
Mighty
gamble,
9 and exactly.
for sure.
Like
My son plays The Long Dark. I don't know if you guys checked that out. I haven't played it, but I've
Yeah,
watched him play it
I've
quite
seen
a bit.
you. Well, your son play it on the PS4.
He
What
loves
is
that game.
Is that a horror game?
It's not really horror. It does have some zombies, but usually it's just I think it's a Canadian wilderness survival game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and he's just going around hunting animals and trying to survive the cold and
Okay.
doing some low-level crafting.
It's a
you know,
survival
scrounging for
type
supplies.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful game too. I think that's what draws him in is that the artwork in it is so nice, and it's nice to hear your 11-year-old reflect on the artwork style of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm doing this right. You know, he's appreciating this on different levels rather than just being another kid playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I got a headshot. I got 20 headshots. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to keep him away from those games pretty much. I mean, every now and then he will play something like that, but I don't see as much value in a game like Call of Duty as I do Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of kids play Minecraft, but the sandbox games where they can get out there and they can just assemble things and play, and I think it's so much better for them.
Yeah. It's
Right
good.
now they're doing the City Skylines. That was on sale. He had a really good week at school, and I rewarded him with a game. And it's basically Sim City. Since EA really isn't doing Sim City anymore, or hasn't had a meaningful update in a while, it's City Skylines. I think that's what it's called. They've kind of taken that torch and done their own thing, and it's pretty good. And both my kids have actually been playing it this morning and doing like Trentville or Trinity Town or whatever they're doing. And just they're like, people want a lot. They keep asking for things. They want this, they want that. I'm like, yep. That's probably what it's like to be mayor in real life.
Yep. That's exactly it. Yeah, I bought that game, what was it, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago on PC. And I really enjoyed it. It was like old school SimCity. Like just bring it back to the roots and, you know, showing you how to do your electricity right, your whole plumbing right, and, you know, building your high-end housing district and your low-end housing district and where to put them and everything. I think it's good that kids know those types of things and how to operate those things and how it works and
Tax rate.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
They're gonna have to deal with that in a couple of years, so yeah.
Yep.
It's good for them to know how it works.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity in gaming for kids to have fun and to learn a little bit about something else. You know, they don't have to walk away an expert on city planning and city management, but just to have a clue about what goes into setting things up rather than, hey, I got another headshot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that new Assassin's Creed has that like Explorer mode or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that,
yeah. Yeah, it just goes so you can learn all about ancient Egypt. You don't need to go around and like stab dudes and all that. You can just go around and look at the different like environments and different objects and stuff, and tell you like the history and about that. I think that's a pretty cool thing.
The pyramids and you know, like the everything
that's
around.
Cool.
Just
but hey, you got to stab a few people. It's Assassin's Creed. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like a non-combat mode of it. I forget exactly what it's called.
Like a viewer. Like there's like some games that do that difficulty where it's just I'm here for the view. I just want to see.
I'm here for just the story. Yeah, just like explore story mode and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's pretty much that there for this here. Just I forget exactly what it's called, but it's just like here learning more about Egypt, which I think is cool.
Yeah,
it
that
comes
is
out in
cool.
March, I think officially.
Well, their generation doesn't watch nearly as much television as ours did.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, watching cable TV, You know,
Mhm.
that's a trip to them because they see so many commercials and they're like, wow, what is this? You know,
Yeah.
they're used to just seeing 1 or 2 quick commercials on a YouTube ad and,
Yep.
you know, going and watching whatever they want to see,
Mhm.
or Netflix, you know.
Yeah, now with Netflix and Hulu and all those.
Yeah, they do a lot of
Services.
streaming. They're just not into cable. Cable, I think, as we know it, will definitely be dead by our generation as it
Oh yeah.
goes on. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
that
dying.
model is fading fast.
A lot more people. Not a lot of people watched the Super Bowl this year. I think it died down to the numbers are way down from what it was last year and all that. I think people are getting a little bit fed up with the whole. I'm gonna sit here and watch 5 minutes a game and then 15 minutes of commercials
Yeah.
and
That and the New England Patriots are in it again, which is
Yeah.
probably getting tiresome for some as well.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
At least
I'm
it
glad
didn't-
Philly did win it. That town needed it.
Yeah,
So it's nice to see that.
yeah. It's cool.
Although
to see.
Tom Brady's a legend, though. I mean, not to get too far off in the sports, but we're about the same age. I don't necessarily personally like him, but to see a guy my age still competing at that level, that's nice to see. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not me, but in some way it's kind of,
Yeah,
I don't know.
he is a legend, no matter what his political views are or whatever, and
yeah.
who he sides with or whatever. But yeah, he is a very good football player, very
Yeah.
good quarterback. So
Yeah. He
Doesn't
definitely
change
takes good care of his body to
Yep.
compete at that level at that age. So
he has a
But,
smoking wife too. So that's
yeah, that's true. She looks pretty good.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, you were talking about earlier video games. I think you and
Oh yeah, we're
Pretty
talking about
much.
everything but.
yeah, I think the first video game I ever played and saw, and people probably won't believe me when I say this, but it was Pong, and it was my aunt and her then boyfriend bought the Pong machine, and they had it at my aunt's house, and I played Pong on the TV, and that was the first video game I ever played. And people were
Wow.
like, yeah, you're bullshitting me. You never played that. No, I really did play Pong.
Yeah, you're the right age for that because I think you're a couple years older than me, and so
Yeah.
by the time I did play those machines too. But the other consoles like the Atari and Intellivision that you mentioned
Yep.
were already kind of at the forefront
Yep.
by the time my memory was really kicking on. But a couple of years before that, it was a console, but it was just Pong. That was it.
Yep.
Like you said, Pong machine. That was the only game. The concept of replaceable cartridges
Yeah,
or
that didn't
anything like
exist.
that, no. You plug it in and you play Pong.
It was just a Pong machine. There was also the Magnavox one where you could put like something on your TV.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Sheet.
Put different filters or something.
Yeah.
Like you make it like it's like a hockey rink or like a football.
Oh, that's
field
right,
and
that's
tennis
right.
Stuff and stuff like
Yeah.
that. There, yeah.
That's another thing that came out during my generation, my younger generation. And that's why, because when the NES came out, I was 14, 15 years old, so I wasn't really into. I mean, I played the NES. I played a lot of games on the NES, but when the Super NES came out and the Nintendo 64 came out and all those things, I was not into consoles anymore. I was in my 20s, so I was like, fuck video games. I'm doing something else now.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really. And people say, you never played a Nintendo and never played, this. I was like, no, I wasn't into video games back then. I wasn't really playing anything. Maybe Doom when it came out and Quake and stuff like that on PC, but
Yeah, like the time you're out of gaming pretty much was the time I sort of grew up
Yeah.
playing games. Like I'm born in 1985 now, so I'm younger than both of you guys.
yeah,
So that's where like the Nintendo, the like later years of Nintendo and the Master System and Mega Drive and SNES are the sort of consoles I grew up with.
and it's different generations grow up with different types of consoles. Like my first console that I got after I said, well, I'm gonna get back into console gaming was a PlayStation 2. that I got to play GTA. So that's the only reason like everybody was talking about GTA and oh GTA, you should play GTA. Okay, sure, I'll get it. Played it and it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. So I guess
Yeah,
GTA
that
3,
that game was a
GTA 3, I
big deal.
presume.
Yep, it's very big. I mean GTA 3 is pretty much the precursor to open world gaming. I mean,
Yeah, as we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they existed before then, but it was the one that made it like sort of big.
yeah,
So it did like made like the sandbox world. It's like, oh, I could drive around this recreation,
I
fake
could do
recreation
whatever
of
I
New York
want.
City. It's like,
Yeah.
geez, go around. You could just do the missions or go around and blow shit up all the time.
And
Yeah.
profitable. I mean, don't forget that.
oh yeah.
They've made a lot of money off those games.
Rockstar
Woo.
filled to
GTA 5 to this day still in the top 10 of the UK gaming charts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that game
think
is
so here,
flipping-
too.
Yeah, it still sells like a bucket load. It's like I think it's the biggest
online.
selling game of all time now, so it is.
Yeah, it's GTA Online that pretty much
Yeah.
brings people to. I think I heard. I don't remember how much money they make per day in GTA Online. I think it's like 25 million per day or something like that
Oh.
in GTA Online. So I mean,
Yeah.
those guys are swimming in money. They don't really, you know.
That's why they can basically say, hey, we can just delay Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no rush. No rush at all.
No.
It's not like we're
No.
hemorrhaging cash or like struggling for cash though. It's like
They're
we,
going to
hey, we still
polish
have
that
GTA
game to a
Online.
sheen. It's going to be like spotless when it comes out, and it's going to be perfect. So
Yeah.
there's no rush, and they redid LA Noire for the Switch, you know, and everything. So I mean, they have a game going on the Switch. So you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see. I doubt we would see Red Dead on the Switch because I don't think it has the horsepower
Yeah.
to run that game. To be honest.
If they can run Skyrim, they should run Red Dead Redemption.
The first one.
The first
Yes.
one probably, yes, but
Yes,
not the second.
that's what I mean. No, like I thought that's what you meant though. But not in terms of Red Dead Redemption 2, no way.
Yeah. I don't see that happening. But
I don't know how they got Doom to run on that thing. That's
And Wolfenstein's supposed to come out as well this year as well.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes.
it's nice to see those titles available on the Switch.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I've been playing Skyrim a lot over the past couple of days on the Switch.
Mhm.
And I bought it because my son wanted it. I kind of wanted it too. It's nice having a similar hobby.
Mhm.
And usually I don't buy him a mature game. But I know Skyrim so well. I mean, I know that game like the back of my hand. You know, most of the missions are not going to be kid inappropriate. You know, Dark Brotherhood. There's some obviously you might not want your kid to play. But I know them pretty well, but I play it. I mean, that's like the first mission I did was the whole Dark Brotherhood quest.
Mhm.
And it's, you know, as advertised every time, Dark Brotherhood. That's what it is. It's pretty dark. It's an assassin's guild.
Exactly. Yeah.
But step
game
back
is
in
so
that
good.
world. Yeah, it is. Just sucked me right back in. It's amazing.
Yep.
And to
Ah,
play it
you
on the go,
Skyrim
it's pretty nice.
fanboys.
Yeah, you're more of a Oblivion guy.
Yeah.
I like Oblivion a lot too. I actually prefer Oblivion a little bit more than Skyrim.
Oh,
To be
thank
honest.
you, thank
yes,
you.
Yes.
I couldn't get through Oblivion. I could not finish that game.
I like the music in Oblivion better too,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
you know you're going to hear this music over and over again, and for some reason I don't know. Oblivion just blew my mind when I played it. That's part of the reason too.
Mhm.
When that game came out, I was like, wow, you know, I bought that
That's-
on PC the day it was released. I was
Yeah,
waiting for that to drop.
I got it with my Xbox 360 for my 21st birthday, and it is my favorite game of the last generation.
Yeah. Great. I mean, great times. Great times.
I
don't
loved
know,
Skyrim as well. I liked Skyrim as well a lot though as well. Though when I played it though, but like I never, for some reason, I just stopped playing it for some reason. Like I played like non-stop for like a couple of weeks, and then just don't know why, just something stopped and just never. Like I come back to it every now and again and play like maybe an hour or so, but just never clicked with me as much.
Yeah,
as
you kind of
Oblivion
burn
did.
yourself out on on games.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
happens.
that's weird how that happens. Like, you should like this game, and it does the whole little checklist. If you had a checklist for every attribute or quality of a game, and you hit them all, and it's like, man, I should love this game. Why does this not resonate with me? It's kind of strange how that happens.
Same thing for the Prey reboot for me last year. I was like, I should love this game, but I just can't get into it. It's just something I just can't. I don't like the game. I don't know why. I just don't like it at all.
Or it goes the other way sometimes too. Sometimes
Yep.
you'll just kind of stumble upon a game. You think, I totally never play this type of game. I shouldn't even enjoy this, but I'm actually having a good time. You
Yep.
kind of surprise yourself.
Yep.
That was with me with Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls. Like, I played Demon Souls, though, but I got to a point, it's like, I'm not having fun with this game anymore. And then Dark Souls came out, and for some reason, I just fell in love with that game. It's one of my favorite series of all time now. Like, Dark Souls is one of my favorite games of all time. I just adored that game, and I've played and finished every single one since then, and just absolutely love that.
Have you played The Surge, Darren? That's what I want to.
I have not. I played the demo of the Surge on PC for about 45 minutes, and then it crashed. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah. But I will get it. It's on sale at the moment, though, and I do want to get it, though. Like, I know Derek really liked it. It was in his top 10. I heard it's better than Lords of the Fallen, which I thought I would have liked more than I did, but it didn't. It just didn't click with me, despite the fact it's quite similar to Dark Souls. But I think the combat in that game was just a bit janky for my liking. It wasn't as like something along the lines of Dark Souls now or Bloodborne.
Have you guys ever played a game and it's not clicking with you? You maybe put it on the shelf for a year, 2 years, whatever. You come back, play it again, and just something changes, and you're able to, immerse yourself into that game and finish it out. Does that ever happen to y'all?
I think it has happened to me, but
Probably would happen. It probably has happened to me, but I just can't think of a example.
yeah, I can't put a finger on one specific video game that I've, said, I'm not touching this, and I'm going back to it. Because I think there's so many games that come out now that I just don't have time to say, okay, I'm going to go back to this game and play it, and maybe I'll like it more this time around, or I should probably do that, because there's a lot of games that I have. If I look at my Steam list, sometimes I'm surprised by
Ooh.
what I bought.
Yeah.
I bought that? Really? Okay. I didn't know. Or I'm going to buy something and it's like, you already have this in your inventory. Okay. Well, I guess I
Yeah,
have it.
like that's happening because the back then when the Steam sales were like the big thing. Like there's still a big thing to a certain extent now, but like when everyone was going on about them, you just like, hey, there's a game I want to get for like £5 or a couple of pound or $2 or something. You just like spend and just basically be in your library forever. And you've never touched it.
But I think it's gotten worse now because I think the sales aren't really sales, quote unquote. It's like $5 off, maybe $10 off, and it's like, yeah, okay, well, I can wait a month and I'll get it, the same price or something, or, it's not really a sale anymore, as it was.
And the thing
back
is,
in the
well,
day.
like there's certain games that never go down and say like, example, Nuclear Throne. It's an indie game that has never gone on sale, and I don't know if there's a reason why that hasn't. It's like practically the only game on my wish list has never gone on sale.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
For
Nier to
some
go on sale.
reason why-
It's never gone on sale yet.
And they're really good about telling you when your games go on sale too. I mean, that's a nice feature to get that email to say,
Yeah.
hey, 3 games on your list are on sale. And you're like, oh yeah. Yeah. How,
Yep.
50% off, 60% off. That sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah.
I like that feature a lot, and don't like it a lot too.
It's like most of the games that I have on my list, it's like 10, 15%, 33. I'm like, okay, well, am I ready to buy this and play this, or can I wait a little bit more, or, it'll go down eventually in price, it has to. Well, except if it's a Call of Duty game or a GTA game, but I mean,
Yeah.
it'll go down in price at one point, so,
Yeah, certain games are like the lowest they go down to is like certain games like maybe a third,
yeah,
but other times it's like
Call of Duty games,
Call
mostly.
of Duty. Yeah, But like, yeah, a lot of years later they go down in price, but still you're paying like 20 quid or something for a game that's like 5 years old at this point.
Yeah.
I just do not want to play a Call of Duty game anymore. I don't know why. I just don't want to play a Call of Duty game anymore. It's like,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
it's always
Totally.
the same thing. It's just,
I was interested in playing World War II though, but I just didn't hear like the best feedback for it, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
they tried to go back to the roots like Call of Duty 1 and 2 or something like that, but apparently it really doesn't resonate as much as it did back in the day, so.
To me, it just feels like a new skin on the same game.
Exactly.
You know, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know it's technically not, but
But like, I don't really care about the multiplayer in that game anymore.
Yeah.
Like the last time I like had like a bit of care about it was like Advanced Warfare, but then that wasn't like, you know, I played it for months on end. I was like maybe a week or two, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I think it was Black Ops
Yeah.
2. The last time I actually really played the online in Call of Duty. Like Black Ops 2 was pretty much the time that I spent a lot of time playing online in Call of Duty, and after that I was like, yeah, I go in, get shot in the head like 25,000 times, and I get one kill maybe, and then, okay, no, it's not really my thing, so.
Yeah, like since then, like we've played a bunch of multiplayer games that I just feel are
They're
a
way
lot more
better.
enjoyable than Call of Duty though.
More
'Cause,
enjoyable.
like, at least you're part of a team in certain
Yep.
aspects. Hey, you're helping each other out. And whereas in
Yes.
this here in Call of Duty, it's like you're a part of a team, but you're just basically out for yourself. I want to get the kills. I want to get the kill streaks. I want to
Exactly.
get the glory.
yeah.
Like, I mean, Overwatch, not to harp on Overwatch, but I mean, it's pretty much the game that brought me back into multiplayer online stuff. So, you know, because I was decent at the game, and it's something that I picked up as soon as it came out, and, you know, grew with the game as it grew along for the past year or so 2 years. So,
Yeah,
That's a
like-
great game. It's great.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was me and Dennis's favorite game of 2016. We just adored it.
Yeah.
Like I played the beta of it though, and told Dennis about it, and then you got it, and it's like that was it. That was the end of it.
Yeah, I never played the beta. I wasn't really interested in that game. I was like, well, it looks alright, but you know, it's multiplayer. I don't know. And then on a whim, I just said, okay, I'll buy the game and I'll play some, and just never looked back since then. So
Yeah. The rest is history, huh?
yeah, pretty much. It's become probably with Unreal Tournament 2004. It's become like my favorite multiplayer game of all time, pretty much. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
nothing can beat UT, but it's just, I mean, Overwatch is pretty close to being that. So
Imagine a game like Overwatch existed when we played it with all the GameSpot crew back in the day.
oh yeah, that would have been fun.
Ooh.
Too
Yeah.
bad it wasn't around back then.
Yeah, now having difficulty to bring some people to play some games these days. I know people are busy and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it's kind of
Everyone was back in their youthful days and their 20s and teens and stuff like that. It's like, yeah.
yeah, it was pretty
But
difficult.
now it's like hard. Like I was just out of like, you know, university looking for a job back then, so I was kind of good. But nowadays, I have a job.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to balance all of that together, but you know, we try to do it. So did you want? I think you wanted to talk a little bit about the Switch, Travis. A little bit about the.
Yeah. We can touch on that. One of the things I've been noticing about playing Skyrim is I miss the achievements. I didn't think I would,
Yeah.
but when you go and you complete a whole quest line, it is nice to get that trophy or that achievement, that, you know, second and a half moment. I don't know what it is. I thought I wouldn't miss them, but I kind of do. I have to admit, I do. It's nice to have that. And also there's no real, you know, multiplayer online presence. I mean, there is a little bit. It's better than what they had before,
They
but
don't-
it's not.
They don't have the component
Yeah.
installed into the console. I mean, you have to get an app for your phone and
Exactly.
go through
And it
that.
only really supports one game, Splatoon 2 at the moment. I don't even think it has anything for ARMS or Mario Kart 8 last time I checked.
Yeah, it's only Splatoon 2, I think, that does.
You can play online Mario Kart. I've done that several times.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with
But-
used through the app now,
With the
Yeah,
chat
in
and
terms of
everything. Yeah.
like the chat stuff that there, I think it always supports Splatoon 2 and that's it though. But like, the Nintendo's never been great with multiplayer. Like, go back to the DS and its friend codes,
Yeah.
and the fact of the matter is, it's gone full circle and it's gone right back to them again.
Yep.
But at least the fact is, back then I think it was like you have a friend code for every game rather than just like one universal one, which was just absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah, that would have been nuts. Well, we didn't get Switches to have that immersive multi-level multiplayer online experience.
Yeah. It's a
course,
handheld game,
Yeah.
so you can bring it where you want. So I think.
And that's the advantage.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing. I like the Pro controller. I picked
Yeah.
that up.
Yep, I have
And
that too. Yeah.
It's a good
Fantastic.
controller. I like it quite a bit.
It's very, very expensive, but it's pretty great.
Yeah.
I just got like a wired Hori controller. It's like, I think it's like a Nintendo official thing anyway. That's just a wired one because I wasn't going to pay 50, 60 quid for a Pro controller.
Yeah, it's $100.
No matter how good it is.
Yeah.
But no
The only
thanks.
reason I got it is because somebody gave me an Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, yeah, okay. I can sort of justify it that way.
Mhm.
But it's a very nice controller. I like the feel of it.
It's very
Um,
sturdy. It's a very
yeah.
sturdy computer controller.
I think I might prefer that controller to the other big two, the
The battery
Xbox
life is
One
pretty
and
great.
the PlayStation. Battery life is great.
Yep.
Because I usually like the PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
The DualShock better. That's my preference.
I'm getting used to it. I was more of a Xbox guy, the Xbox controller, but now I'm getting more used to the PlayStation 4 since I play pretty much only that these days. So I'm getting more used to the controller and everything. So
The only thing I feel sucks about the PS4 controller is the battery life is awful.
oh yeah, that's pretty much.
You charge it up and you can probably get maybe 5-10 hours of game time before it's like, oh, low battery. It's like,
Yeah.
jeez. I remember the PS3 one being like, you can have it on forever.
Yeah.
It's wouldn't go down.
And there's something to be said for not having replaceable batteries, or for having replaceable batteries rather, like the Xbox. You can put in some double A's and then you're good to go. That's that double-edged sword. Do you want to replace batteries, or do you want the battery to be built into the controller and married to it? So if there's a problem with the battery, you can't just pop in a couple of door cells and keep going.
You're
You
done.
have to replace the controller,
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
The
have to weigh that out.
I think the PlayStation controller is very good for what it does. Battery life sucks, and it's not a sturdy controller because a couple of times, I'm an idiot and I'll leave my controller there and sit on it when I come back, and sometimes that'll bend the knobs for the thumbsticks, and I'll bend them, and I'm like, oh fuck, okay, now I have to replace my controller. I can't
I
play
had
with
to
this.
get another PlayStation 4 controller because my R2 trigger kind
Stuck?
of got a bit, got loosened or something.
Loosened, okay.
Or in a way though, like it doesn't, press it down, it's like stays stuck down or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that there kind
Oh,
of thing.
My nephew
Yeah.
had that too. Yeah.
And I had to get a new one because of that. Then I had trying to flick it up again underneath its groove to sort of get it back into its original position now.
And then you
which
just
kinda
break
sucked.
it, and it's like, oh fuck, okay, well. Okay.
Yeah, I never get controllers now. Like I never break controllers or anything like that. Now I just have to get a new one when something like that. Like it's very rarely I have to buy a
I used to be
controller.
bad at that.
I know. Back in your 360 days, where you
Yeah.
cracked discs and cracked controllers.
Yeah. I used to be very, very, like now I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna yell a lot at some games, and sometimes competitive games, like when I play Paladins, I'll just, stupid team, what the fuck are you doing? Like go crazy like that. But I'm not gonna throw anything or especially with the TV that I have, I don't want to start throwing stuff
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
So I kind of stay calm and just relax and okay, well it's just a game, just relax and continue
Go do
on.
something. Yeah, go do something else for a while.
Yeah,
Play another game. Take a break. Something else.
yeah.
Now, Des, I just want to ask you an honest question now. In comparison to how I was back in Gears of War and Call of Duty days, how am I now compared to back then in terms of like how angry I get?
Oh, you still have your moments, but it was back in the Call of Duty games and the Call of Duty years and the Gears years,
Gears.
you were
Yeah.
pretty out there. You were,
I was a raging machine sometimes though.
yeah. I remember
every time
Art
I
and
got-
just laughing his ass off when you went off. He found that really funny. But I think we all had our rage-induced gaming sessions. I mean, me and you, Darren, when we used to play Crackdown, when we tried the highest difficulty, trying to beat it on the
Yeah.
highest difficulty, that was some raging. We did some
Yeah.
tremendous raging at that point.
Yeah. Like I've calmed down a lot since then. No, like I was raging all the time back then. Now, like at terms, sometimes when I feel like when I get annoyed though. Sometimes I do like swearing all out there. But in comparison to back then, like I've said this before, the most angry I ever got at a game was playing God of War and God mode, and fighting the Kratos clones part at the end before you fight Ares for the second time, and you have to sort of protect your family. You hug them and give them a kiss there. I have never been as angry in a game ever as I was in that there, trying to get that. I got angry to the point I was actually crying with rage.
Mhm.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
And the other time as well was playing Call of Duty 4 in hard mode. The what's the name of that mission? Something in the war. No.
No Russia?
Something in the war.
No.
No. It was this first Modern Warfare. It was something in the war room. No, quiet in the war room or something along those lines. I
Yeah, it was a
forget
quote
exactly what
from
it's
a
called.
movie. What is it? No fighting in the
Yeah.
war room? Something like
I
that?
think it was something like that there. And it was this part where there's like the short corridor, and you sort of have to go around.
Mhm.
There's
Oh, yeah,
certain-
yeah. I remember
Yeah, it
that.
was like a bar. You couldn't like go straight down. It's like a
Yeah.
bar. You had to go around. I remember that being really annoying as well. But like I said, compared to nowadays, I'm a lot calmer than I was. But I still do have my moments though.
I think my most rage-induced episode is when I was playing Crackdown and I was doing these races just to get achievement points, which is completely ridiculous now that I think about it. I was doing the races, trying to get the achievement points, and at the very end, I was first in the race, and I was actually going to win, and the game crashed. So I didn't say a word, just got up, took the disc out of the system, and just broke it in half. Fuck that.
I wish there was a video of that.
No, there's no video, sadly, but I just got up, took the disc, and broke it in half. I said, "Yeah, fuck this." Then I bought another copy a little later on, but yeah, I was like, "Yeah, no."
I
fuck.
don't know if you probably talked about it during one of your videos in GameSpot, I presume.
I did do that, but they've all been erased because
Yeah.
they're a bunch of idiots, and they didn't ask anybody if they want to keep their videos, and they just fucking erased everything.
Yeah,
That's
why
the
did they? Yeah, why'd they do that? I noticed that too.
That's the thing I really
It's-
find upsetting over that GameSpot redesign where they got rid of all them videos though, because like I remember like every week watching Dance's videos or Arts and other guys and
Mhm.
just like very enjoying them and just kind of like going back to them, just sort of like time capsules, like
Yeah.
basically back in the day, just say
Yeah.
what games were out back in the day, what we were into, what we were talking about and stuff like that, and pretty much
Yeah, I
all
would
it's
love
on
to go
now.
back and watch all those episodes and everything and say, "Oh man, that was cool," like the 100th one or something like that, and when I had guests on or stuff.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
like
over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting to know the GameSpot community.
Yeah.
series
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
did.
right. That's right.
So yeah, I
Yes.
started that thing. That Tony did his thing, and I said, I'm gonna borrow a little bit from you and do my own thing on my side. So Yeah, I've lost all those videos that I put thousands of hours into, like just fucking gone forever, and I don't know where they are. And I don't know why
Like
they
I
didn't
did a
send an
whole.
email saying, "Do you want to keep your videos? We could probably do something. Maybe send you a disc or anything, or
Just let you download it.
yeah,
And
download."
say, hey, in 90 days, these videos are being erased. You have 90 days to get them if you want them.
Hmm.
Simple as that
Exactly.
is all they had to do.
Yep.
I did like I spent so much time because I did like this awards extravaganza thing for my 2007 Game of the Year stuff. I did different categories.
Yeah, I
I
remember
added
that,
all like
yeah,
footage and that there, and that was took forever to do, and yet all gone now. I can't look back and see.
All my intros that I did to my videos.
Yeah, same here.
All
Like
gone.
the little, yeah,
Yeah.
just that just annoys me though. To be honest, I wish like you can't even go down back there and listen to old on spot episodes or hotspot and stuff like that though. Like I tend to sometimes go back and listen to old podcasts of games and that there to say what just like I say I like looking back at certain things and like they're time capsules pretty much.
Mhm.
Like here's a podcast from 10 years ago. Like I actually have all the hotspots because there was a forum on Giant Bomb a few years back that had like these download links, and I've downloaded every single one from like '05 to like '08 now,
Mhm.
to when everyone I sort of cared about left,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I think when Jeff left, that
Yep.
site just went.
That
Just went down.
that started the fire right
Yeah.
there. I think.
Well, no, he
Okay.
didn't leave. He got fired, rather. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Starting the fire.
everybody just followed in his footsteps, and then the site to redesign and everything, and losing all your stuff, and I don't know. It's just I don't go
They
back
pu-
there anymore. So
They
No,
punished us.
yeah, exactly.
They
That's
spanked
just
us for leaving.
a corporate. It's just a corporate thing now. Like GameSpot's very corporate now. Like you just go on there. It's like sometimes I just want to watch a video that they post, and there's like commercials before the video and commercials during the video, and I'm like, okay, well, what is this? It's
and it's the same video, and usually it's the same ad as well.
yeah,
Like I remember watching a bunch of videos of like stuff in GameSpot. It's like the same ad. It's like I've seen this one like already 5 times. I don't fucking care.
yeah,
Yeah. PlayStation, another PlayStation ad
yep.
with the bearded guy that
Yep.
runs the shop.
Hmm. It's like, okay, we know you paid money to Sony to have those commercials, but geez, I mean,
Yeah.
can you pay somebody else maybe to have a second commercial and
Yeah. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Something.
Kind of weird though. We actually paid for our subscription as well back in the day as well for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Be able
that's
to,
right.
To watch like on the spot live and like chat in the chat and stuff like that and upload videos
Yep.
when they introduced the videos. Had to be on the subscription to order to upload videos longer than 10 minutes.
Yep. Exactly. I remember that. You had to pay them to upload, and I think that's when they started not charging people for the site. That's when they got rid of everything.
Yeah. Well, we were creating their content and
Yeah.
paying them to do their work for them.
Exactly.
That's kind of strange.
Yep. Exactly. We were doing pretty much the work for them back then. So
Yeah. Well, what drew me into the site was I was going there occasionally to read an article or whatever, and I saw one of your videos, Dennis.
Mhm.
And I thought, that dude's cool. He's just like a regular guy. He's around my age. He's a gamer. He's being real. He's just talking. It's not overproduced. It's just a real person. And you're the reason why I joined that site.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, back in the Neo Jedi days.
Yeah, exactly.
2006 at then. I'm
Yeah,
assuming, 'cause that's
pretty
when
much,
the
yeah.
videos- 2006. Yeah.
I joined that site pretty much the same way. I was looking for some information on some game, and I just typed in GameSpot, and I said, oh, look, this looks cool. And then I saw Taylor the Wesker's stuff, and I was like, okay, this looks cool. You can do your own blogs and videos and stuff, and this is fun. And I started
Yeah.
writing blogs, and okay, Maybe I'll do a
And that's
video.
what,
You know.
and we were doing their work. It wasn't their content that drew a lot of people in. I mean, maybe
Exactly.
initially, but to get people to stay and be regular active users of the site,
Hmm.
it was the regular people like us, Darren, you,
Yeah.
you know,
Everybody else
Using-
in the
Yep.
thing.
the
Yeah, but I
unions.
watched On the Spot and listened to Hotspot every week during those days as well, but also to watch like videos and read blogs and that there as well, because I enjoyed that. Because like I had all the time in the world back then, because I was just after coming home from university, I was unemployed. I had all the time in the world to do that stuff. So, and those like year and a half pretty much were like some of my most fond memories in gaming though, because I just enjoyed
Yeah.
reading other people's work and watching other people's stuff and like being entertained though.
Yeah, the first
Whereas
couple of years.
nowadays, I wouldn't like to be part of the community nowadays of YouTube and what I have to act like an absolute prick to be successful. No
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, that's not successful anyway. In my
The
book.
YouTubers of today, yeah. No, I'd rather not. There are a couple of good ones. I mean, Jacksepticeye and a couple of good ones that I actually like watching. And
Yeah, there's people
Enjoy.
out there like the ones that are successful and they seem to be good guys, but there's ones out there, the
your Logan Pauls and
Logan Pauls. I was going to say Paul Logan, yeah, Logan Pauls of the world and stuff like that.
yeah,
Who basically do this video, don't really care, upload it, and then have like, I'm gonna put out this,
ton of backlash. And okay, well, I'm
Quote-
going
quote, quote
Yeah,
unquote,
screw that guy.
sincere apology.
exactly. Well, you
I mean,
see,
it's just to create hype. The
Exactly.
more they talk about him, the more they're, giving
you
him
saw
what he
his,
wants.
his first apology was like complete. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I don't give a fuck. I just put it up and whatever. And then somebody probably talked some sense into him, like his manager or somebody. And then he issued a quote unquote real apology, saying I'm sorry and mistake and blah 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 and whatever. But
And I think afterwards he posted another video, was like with dead rats or something along those lines
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well. I forgot exactly what it was. Was it? Yep, he learned his lesson.
and then that's when YouTube said, okay, dude, you're done.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not getting. We're not putting ads in your video anymore. Something along those,
Yeah.
demonetizing your videos or something along those lines. Yeah.
Well, that's where the pressure needed to be applied because
Exactly.
they're the ones providing the platform for him.
I actually
So-
tweeted YouTube. I was like, what are you doing? I mean, this guy should not be allowed to do videos anymore. He should be, you have the 3-strike method. I know that, but I mean, you should completely remove this guy from YouTube. Some
Yeah.
people are getting removed just for really basic stuff that doesn't harm anybody. And you have this guy, showing a dead body and then showing dead rats and,
Well, he made
Fun.
money for them too. He drove traffic for him too. It's the
Exactly.
same thing. Not to get political, it's like why won't Twitter cut Trump's account?
yeah,
Because it drives traffic. It makes money for him.
exactly.
They,
That's never gonna happen.
they've put money, Twitter, they've put money before like sanity
Exactly.
and the benefit of the whole world when it really comes down to it. Because I would have cut his ass a long time ago, his Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
If he wasn't president of the United States right now, he probably would have had his account banned or something. If it was just
Yeah,
a reality TV.
Yeah, because damages
Dumbass.
can result from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Serious damages. So people who abuse their account and their responsibilities like that,
Mhm.
I wouldn't provide them the platform. I don't need the money like that. It's not worth it to me. But obviously, it's worth it to Twitter.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Of course, but I think they're also. You're right, but also I think they're afraid of the backlash they would get if they would, from the people who actually support him, the backlash they would get from removing his account, and everybody losing their shit over
Yeah, it doesn't matter which way they're gonna go. They're gonna keep it on or get rid of it. You're not gonna win
block the
either
tweets.
side of the situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they handle the situation. Maybe they don't know how to handle it. It's not just a star, whatever, making a tweet or something, or it's the president. So some people are behind him, some are not. And, it's kind of hard to figure out where to draw the line and say, okay, well, I really like the guy that left Twitter and just fucking deactivated the account when he left.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Not for him though.
No.
I'm sure he got.
He probably was like, "What the hell? I can't log in. What's going on?" Losing his mind. But yeah, that's. I mean, everywhere, you're gonna have your own, little pricks trying to do their own bidding, YouTube and everything. And, you just have to look beyond that and find the good people out there and see what they're doing and everything.
But I think those companies need to have a standard. I mean, it reflects on them to a degree of what they host on their site. It's the content on their site. You go to YouTube or you go to Twitter, and if Logan Paul is doing that stuff, it does reflect on YouTube on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did you guys ever heard of him before this whole thing came up?
No, I never heard of him.
I did. I saw him doing some like Pokemon pranks. Like he was, there's a bunch of people playing Pokemon Go, and he was away from the crowd, and he shouted like, "Oh my God, there's some elusive, hard to find Pokemon," whatever the name was, and the whole crowd comes running to try to locate it. And I thought that was kind of funny. He did something like that.
Funny stuff. I mean, that's
that was appropriate. No one got hurt. It wasn't in bad taste, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just had to top himself. He had to do the next biggest thing. And he became emboldened. He thought, I can do whatever I want. There's no rules for me. And to continue to, to shock people and keep them coming back. What's he going to do next?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the president. What's he going to say next? What's he going to say next?
Exactly.
I actually knew him before that. Like, I remember being on Vine. I remember following a bunch of like accounts on Vine when it was like all the rage, and he was one of them though. And actually, some of the stuff I actually found pretty entertaining though. Just never know how he would end up now. Like he probably seemed like a pick back then, no, but some of the stuff he did in terms of Vines were like, I enjoy his stuff though, but not anymore. I don't really care though.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just they don't seem so bad back then, but then it just turned into pretty big egos.
Yeah, fame gets to their heads, and they just lose all sense of reality. Just do stuff like that. Very poor taste. I mean, after watching Black Mirror and all the messages that come through in those episodes and those about the internet and about like social stuff and all that, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in the real world today. It's going to get to that point where stuff like this is probably going to happen one day, and we're heading that way if we continue to put a lot of value and a lot of glamour into Facebook and our prestige on there and what we look like on Facebook. And I have some people on Facebook who post every goddamn hour. They post something like a photo or something that they just wrote or something, and I'm like, man, you don't have anything else to do. I mean,
it's not the Truman Show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I tend to don't follow people who tweet all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Who retweet and tweet every single hour. It seems like, okay, you're filling up my timeline. You got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some people like that. I mean, it gets very annoying. I follow a couple of wrestlers that actually do that, and I start following them, and I'm like, okay, well, that's enough. And I've heard enough of you tweeting every 5 seconds.
Can you mute retweets?
Yeah. It's retweet and retweet, and
somebody's saying, Can you mute retweets?
Can you mute retweets? I think you need
that feature. Yep.
I think you need you can mute certain words.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can mute a retweet.
Yeah, can you I want to say, okay, I don't want retweets to show up in my timeline or like likes or anything like that now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know. I'll have to check though.
Like if somebody's talking about the Super Bowl, and I know you can mute Super Bowl or you can mute stuff like that, and you won't see them on your timeline. But I don't think you can mute a certain retweet or a certain. I don't think.
Or them retweeting themselves.
Oh yeah. Yep.
for sure.
I did that in the past couple of days, so I'm a little guilty with the.
Yeah, but
You
you
don't
don't go
do
too
it
far.
constantly, though.
You never go too far. I've
No.
never seen you
Yeah.
do too much.
No, I try not to over tweet. Sometimes it's good to take a little break from social media and come back and say, okay, well, I'm ready to continue. Seeing Donald Trump's tweets and all that stuff that comes on. My
Yeah, I
timeline.
try not to follow his stuff
Yeah.
because I get worked up sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't need to follow this stuff though. Anyway, I don't need to follow him anyway because someone else would say like retweet him or quote tweet him anyway. It's like, okay, what stupid thing did he say today? Now to
Like
get
you have
everyone
Mark
going
Hamill
up?
retweeting him and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's pretty much
and
it.
you sometimes as well.
Yeah,
quote tweet him.
I try not to do it anymore because I know it can get vexing for some people. So I just stopped doing that. I retweet animals or videos of animals that are
Yeah.
that are nice and stuff like that. So
I'd rather see what you guys are doing, what you guys are talking about, than what someone like that's talking about.
yeah,
To be honest, that's why I'm on there. Stuff like that, or just very specific news
Yeah.
that I want to follow.
hmm yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I'm on there. Also, is just I try to follow what I like to follow and stuff like that. So try not to get into the whole. You can have a Twitter hole also that you can go down and follow all sorts of stuff that's bad enough. So
Yeah,
try not to do that.
I like that I can reach out to companies like that in that way.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I got on LL Bean pretty
Yeah, I
hard
saw you.
the
I
other.
saw those
I was pissed.
Mhm.
Well, this is a company. I won't take up too much time talking about this, but this is a company that sold their products at 2 to 3 times what an equivalent product would cost. But they basically had a lifetime warranty. In other words, anytime that you don't want this product or it fails you or it's not holding up, you can send it in and get a new one, right? So we bought all this stuff with this agreement that, hey, you're going to have this, 100% lifetime satisfaction guarantee.
Yeah.
Well, some people started abusing that, like buying stuff at garage sales and secondhand stores and returning it for cash.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an obvious abuse. So they made this really swift and draconian measure to limit that program. And I thought, man, I've spent over $1,000. I mean, probably more than that buying LL Bean stuff over the years. And I bought it for that reason. And I've only returned like 2 pairs of jeans because they faded. Because I paid a lot for them, and I thought they faded too much, and got a replacement. I didn't even take cash.
Yeah.
So I was kind of pissed.
So what's this LLB?
It's a company out of Maine that makes clothes, like outdoors clothes, like mostly like shoes, jackets, sweaters, and has a bunch of other stuff like that.
Okay.
Bags, luggage. Like even like my lunch bag I take to work. That's an LL Bean lunch bag because I figured, hey, I'll buy this.
Bean, like beans,
like
musical
Mr. Bean,
food?
like
Yeah, like
Yeah,
beans you eat, you know.
Okay, yeah.
And so when I was looking into this company too, evidently, I don't know if this hurt him, but one of the granddaughter of the founder who started the company gave a bunch of money to Trump, which I really don't care either way.
Mhm.
That's their right. They can
Yeah, you
give
do what you want
whoever,
with your money.
they can give to the retired strippers union. I don't care. That's their business.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I guess people stopped shopping there a little bit because of that. And then, others were abusing their online, or not their online, but their guarantee, their lifetime satisfaction guarantee. And so they had to make these sweeping measures. But Twitter was nice that I could reach out to them and at least let them know, hey, I'm pissed off and this is why.
hmm Yeah, sometimes people will abuse, and that's what happens. You get your privileges cut, and people, companies have to use drastic measures to prevent that. So,
Well, I won't be buying any more stuff from them, so
yeah, well,
that's that.
I mean,
That's that. I mean,
of
that
course.
was the reason why I paid as much for that stuff. So,
Mhm. Of
but
course.
well, end of an era. There's other companies that do that though,
Yeah.
like Land's End.
Mhm.
You can buy a sweater from them, and they'll guarantee it for basically life. But you're going to pay $55 for a very basic hoodie or
Mhm.
more. A hoodie you could go to Walmart or a local store like that and probably pay $20 for it.
Yeah. You're paying for the guarantee, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's nice, and I don't want my Twitter feed to be filled up with like, hey, this is all Travis's pissed off comments towards companies.
Yeah.
You don't want someone to look at that and go, man, this guy has got problems. All he does is get on here and complain.
Yeah, they're just bitches about that.
Don't worry, don't worry. There's millions of people on there that pretty much are consisted of just complaint tweets.
Oh yeah.
Try not to follow them though, or else you just get a bit more negative as well.
Yeah, I don't want to be about that though, so I got to check myself. Hey, I had a day, they pissed me off. I realized they instantly devalued all the products I bought from them. I was pissed, but hey, you get over it. I deleted some of the tweets, so I was like, man, if I look back at my tweets, I don't want to see 20 tweets about how I was pissed. I don't want to remember it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is nice to social media. I mean, it's opened up so much and so many new problems. And problems like you were touching on with Black Mirror that we're going to have to learn to face that are just so new to us. We don't even know how we're going to deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you have to live with whatever is going on, but sometimes it's not it's not the best thing, but just have to live with it, I guess. If we want to get back to video game talking,
we're all over the place.
Yeah, United Political podcast at the moment.
So maybe Travis, you get into what you've been playing lately, and what you've been diving into.
I was trying to, I got some notes here that helps to, just clean up some of the backlog of my games. Mm-hmm. You look at those games up there and you thought I paid this much for it or that much, and it's staring you in the eyes, and eventually you tell yourself, hey, I've got to get back to this, and I've got to, I need to finish this. One of the games I finished, Last of Us, on PlayStation, of course.
Yeah.
That was one that I started, and it didn't really click with me the first time I played it. I thought the story was good, but the gameplay or something just wasn't quite right. But when I came back to it, I got it, and I was able just to kind of pretty much breeze through the game and keep going. And it was a great game. I really enjoyed that whole experience.
I should probably try that too.
Yeah, more than the Uncharted series. And one of the reasons is that it's more open to how you want to solve that level, which is basically what you're doing. How are you going to get through that level? You have more options. And you have to manage your resources a lot better in that game because there's not a lot to choose from. Depends on the setting you play. But the story is really strong. I liked it. Yeah. The story, I guess having a daughter and with what happens with the main character.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't played it, I won't talk about it.
Yeah,
I played it when it came out.
I know the story. I know how it ends.
Yeah. So that immediately, if you're a dad with a daughter, you're going to be, oh, yeah. That's going to hit your heartstrings. So I thought that was I'm looking forward to the sequel of that.
Yeah.
Big time.
You're going to play as Ellie in the sequel, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. It seems like she's going to be pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
I think she wants to kill a lot of people,
Yeah.
Guess
From
things
that
aren't
trailer,
going great
it
for her.
seems she's really mad.
Yeah, she's mad. Would she have like blood stains and she's playing the guitar? Wasn't that one of the trailers, something like that?
Yeah, that was the first trailer.
Yeah, the first
and
one,
had that second trailer as well with the kind of torture scene or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was pretty gruesome.
That's a game I need to go back to. I was like you when I first played it. I was like, I just don't get the combat. I don't get the lack of resources. Like I'm shooting 6 bullets and I'm done. And there's like 25 zombies coming at me. What do I do? It's like
yeah. Resource management, big time.
So I should give it a shot.
It's a learning curve. It's because it's a different type of game. There's a lot of stealth involved. The way I played it.
Yeah.
And to search everything and collect everything you can, to make everything you can, and use everything you can available to you to get through it. But the story is the big sell for me on that game.
Yeah, it does have a nice story, that's for sure. Not nice in a nice way, but in
Well written.
yeah, exactly.
Another one I played that was backlog was The Order 1886.
Oh, okay. How was that?
You already know how that. It sucks. It looks great, but
I never played it now. I know it's just basically, hey, it's a 5-hour game. That's no replay value whatsoever.
no, none. They missed a lot of opportunity on that. It's a beautiful looking game, but a lot of it felt like a carnival shooting gallery.
Yeah.
You know, they advertise like you're going to fight werewolves, but you only fight these werewolves like 3 times maybe. And the other times, it's this shooting gallery esque type experience, like something you'd see at an old time carnival where the things stick up and you have to shoot them. That's what it reminded me of. And you're fighting other people, and the weapons are kind of some of them are okay. The story just could have gone way better. The voice acting was pretty good. The voice acting was strong. So the writing was a bit off. The level design was disappointing. The depth of the game, just very linear. Just no options as far as different ways to get through the level. Like The Last of Us, I mentioned, you can do a stealth way, you can do a run and gun way. You had options to play it to your preference, and The Order 1886 was just so linear, and it's kind of boring, to be honest, at points. That's pretty wild for me to say that about a game like that, but it was. But I finished it nonetheless, and it was a fairly short game. I think about 6 hours, maybe.
Yeah, 5 or 6 hours. Like, I was actually gonna probably rent it or something, or like wait till it goes down in price, like, dead cheap. And then I watched a quick look off it on Giant Bomb when it came out, and I watched like a good chunk of it. I was like, this looks boring as hell. I don't even want to play this game anymore.
I got it for $5 used.
Which is probably the right price for it.
And I actually sold it for $5 through a GameStop promotion. I traded in enough games where they gave me enough, and I got $5 back. So I got it for free. That helps,
I guess so.
Yeah, free. You kind of can't complain, but yet here we are. Another one I played. I did buy the Star Wars Battlefront 2 for over the holidays, and I played the single player campaign on that. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. But that's not really the problem with the game. I think was not the single player.
I haven't played it yet.
Story.
Haven't played
Now
the
way the way they ended the story, that's where you have a lot more debate as far as what you think about the game. I think that's where the controversy in the single player comes from. But the multiplayer and the loot crates, basically, is of course that's the whole controversy there. Yeah, that killed that game.
Yep.
But the single player, I thought it was worth playing through. It wasn't too bad. It was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm still interested in playing it though, but like again, probably wait till it goes down in price. Like maybe.
Yeah, I haven't played. I haven't not played the single player. I played a little bit of multiplayer. I mean, it looks great. It's a great setting. I love Star Wars and everything, but it's not. It didn't hook me in as much as I thought it would. So I don't know. I didn't really play it as much as I wanted to. So
when it goes on sale, it might be worth $10 for you, Darren.
Maybe.
Or the equivalent, whatever the equivalent is for you.
I don't. I mean,
£5 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's about £6-7 usually. That pretty much is.
For sure, I would recommend maybe trying it out, but it's not a game that I personally. It's not a game that I really enjoyed, for sure. So I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunity on that one.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Yeah,
to have their resources available, their budget available, talent, everything, and not be able to come away with a great game. It's a shame.
exactly. Yeah.
One game that really surprised me, I have a few on this list, is my daughter and we played Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was actually really surprising. I looked at the trailer and I thought, I'm not going to like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I read a little bit more about it, and they did a sale on it. I think it was something like $5 on a flash sale.
Mm-hmm.
And
for
it was
all the episodes?
Yeah, for all the episodes. Not the latest one.
Yeah. The first
Not
one.
the prequel. Yeah, not the
better
prequel.
one.
But
Was this PC or PS4?
PS4.
It was on PS Plus there a few months back, so it was.
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that then. Because I didn't have the PS4 for a few months for
Okay.
Oh, okay.
family issues.
Mm-hmm.
We had custody issues over the PS4. So, but I got it in the end.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
But my daughter, yeah, it was like $5. We played it. It was a good story. It
It's very good.
kept us on to the end. And the final choice, you guys played it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it though during our game of the year.
Yeah, it was my game of
2015.
the year, so.
It was my second favorite one after Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't been on since 2012, so
Yeah.
it's fair game for me to talk about everything.
What choice did you make?
That's what I was going to ask y'all. We chose to save the world rather than Chloe.
So you sacrificed Chloe.
We sacrificed Chloe.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That is the correct choice.
Yeah. That's what I did also.
What did you do, Darren?
I sacrificed Chloe as well.
Yeah. She had a lot of problems. So
I saw the second ending also, and it just doesn't fit with the like the story that they told from the beginning. Like it doesn't really fit with the I don't know if you've seen the second ending on YouTube or something.
yeah, we went and we watched it just to see how the other half lives.
Like they both leave, the town's completely destroyed, and they both leave in the truck. I was like, yeah, that does not fit.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, that does
Screw
not
this
fit
time.
the thing.
Yeah, screw everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, mess everybody over.
Killing her mom and killing all the other people that they actually like. And now we're just leaving us both. No, that doesn't fit.
Wasn't it about equal in choices that about half the people saved her, about half the people sacrificed
Yeah,
her?
it was like 52-48 or something. It was pretty much close.
Yeah, it
though,
was
so
very,
Wow.
very close, yeah.
Huh.
I did
It's the
not
same way
expect
with
that.
the. It's the same. I think it's the same way with the final choice in Before the Storm as well. It's pretty much close as well.
Mhm.
Wow. Makes you
It's
think.
not as good though, but it does have its moments. Before the Storm.
Yeah, it does. But I don't
The
think
third
it was-
episode though is a bit of a disappointment though. It could have gone somewhere different though, and it just seems to be a bit of a rush.
I haven't played that one yet, but I'm just waiting for it to go on sale for cheap enough
Yeah,
whenever
sure.
we
Yeah.
feel like playing it. And I want to get that deluxe version because I'd like to play as Max again.
Yeah, the bonus episode, yeah.
Yeah.
That hasn't come out yet.
Oh, it hasn't
What's
come
that?
out yet?
No.
I think it's out
Wow.
I think it's supposed to come out next month.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah, the
So
original
it-
voice actors come back for that one, so that's cool.
Yeah, Farewell it's called, which is probably I assume is probably plays Max when she's leaving
Yeah.
Arcadia Bay to go to, what was it?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of years
Seattle,
before.
wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a couple of years before the time, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a surprising one. That was a nice treat.
Mhm. It's very good. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Another one that kind of surprised me was Hellblade.
Yeah. Sinuous Sacrifice, the
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Beautiful game.
Yeah, it is a very
You
good
know.
story-wise game. It is very setting-wise, and the actress is pretty amazing. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Just
the voice acting is
Yeah.
incredible.
And that's
Motion capture.
That's not even an actress. She's like a
Video editor
Video
for
editor.
Ninja Theory. She's
Really?
yeah.
She's German. Melina Jurgens. Yeah, she's German, so she is, and she's joined the team I think around 2012, 2013. She did the trailer for like DMC Devil May Cry. And then she just started when they were started doing Hellblade stuff. She was brought in there just to do like the motion capture stuff and that there. And I think she did this kept her on because she did such a good job, and she won a game award for it for her best performance.
Yeah, well deserved.
Handed to by Andy Serkis, which was kind of funny considering the fact he was in the Jatheri's first game.
Yeah.
Heavenly Sword. Well, first 2 games actually.
Well, it was well worth it. She's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a kind of a surprise too.
Did you play with headphones on?
Yes. Big difference.
You have to. That's definitely a game you have to play with headphones on.
Yeah, it's one of those. I don't play around the kids. That I will wait for them to go to bed, and so it is nice to have those headphones on at night, so I can turn the volume up, not disturb anybody, and just and have that experience. But that's the game, like you said. That's the game to have headphones on for sure. It's much more immersive in the sound.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I've enjoyed all of Ninja Theory's games thus far. It hasn't been one I've disliked, and this is another one that was in my top 10 of last year. So it was.
It's a good game. I didn't like the combat, but it's a very good game. Otherwise, aside from the combat and everything, it's very good.
Another game I finished, and Dennis, you and I have talked about this one already. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. What a disappointment.
Yeah, it was. Yep. I finished that game, and it was one of my biggest disappointments of last year.
It's forgettable.
Yeah.
It's just very forgettable.
Yep. It's just, there's nothing really, like, you don't feel attached to any of the characters in the game. It just feels like a comedy pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, they don't take it quite serious enough. What's at stake, you know?
It's like pretty much a sitcom or of something, or I don't know. It's just,
it's weird.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. You should feel like, humanity is at stake here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a damn big deal.
Yeah.
It's not something maybe you want to joke about or act like,
Yeah, exactly. Like the guy going around and saying, "We got this," pretty much every 5 seconds.
Yeah, we got this.
Come on.
Yeah. So I'm having trouble remembering aspects of that game. It was so forgettable.
Yeah, and it's the game that killed the franchise. So.
Well, hopefully it comes back. It's reinvented.
Yeah, maybe a couple of years, but
yeah, they need some time. Yeah, the dad was well done, from what I remember. His dad. I did like the AI. It brought up some good questions about AI, how that worked.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool in a way. The game looked great. It looked good. But
I like the very sparse callbacks to the other games.
Yeah.
You see Liara and you see, a couple of others. So I like that about it.
I think what happens with a lot of these games is the bar is set so high.
Yeah.
To go and do sequels, and this is movies too. The bar is set so high, it's hard to go and do a sequel sometimes.
Well, 3 wasn't considered all that great. The third Mass Effect.
No, a lot of people did love 3 though, but everyone seemed to say, "Oh, it was a great game and all," but there's the ending completely killed it for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not one of those people who absolutely disliked the ending. I was like, okay, it's not.
It's an ending. It's
great, but I've experienced worse endings in video games than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Well, I didn't think it was the worst ending. It was.
Yeah, people were just so disappointed. We played 3 games worth of this, like we played this trilogy for that ending, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people were really pissed
because you
off.
build your shepherd from game 1, and you bring him along these adventures, and to have him or her die that way is kind of okay. Well,
just basically, and it was like, okay, go left, right, or Shantor. That was your choice.
Yeah. Reminded me of Fable 2.
I liked the whole experience of the whole trilogy there. I enjoyed all 3, to be honest. 2 was the highlight for me. That was the best.
2 is like a masterpiece.
Yeah. I mean, there was
Two's
real
what, that-
stuff at stake going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically almost choosing who's going to die. Things like that.
Yeah. And I mean, the first time that I played 2, some of my crew died, and I was genuinely, sad and touched by, their deaths. And I was like, oh man, really? God damn it.
I was a cheater.
Yeah, you
I
cheated
looked online
your
to
way
s-
through it.
I
I
mean,
looked online to see who's the best situation for those
Yeah.
parts in the last part of the game.
When I replayed, I did
Well,
it, I did.
Just to get the trophy, that was just to get the achievement. Really, that was it.
Hmm.
So that's when I was back then. I was still into achievements and that.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes I think we're all guilty of doing that.
Yeah,
Of
of course. Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. I have 1,000 points in Avatar, so there you go.
Hey, I played King Kong, so,
Talking about sequels, one thing I wanted to talk about with you guys too, movie-wise. Did you guys catch the new Blade Runner?
Not yet.
No,
I have yet to see it. I think Darren
Okay.
hasn't seen the original.
I have seen the original.
Oh, you have seen? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it once.
Which one have you seen? Because there's been like 45 remasters.
Yeah. There's a few
I
different cuts.
forget which one. It's been several years now.
They're all similar. I've seen all the cuts of the
I
original.
think it might have been.
It's the endings that are really different.
Have you seen the one with the narration by Harrison Ford?
Yeah,
I forget.
Because that's
It's
the
been
worst one.
yeah, that's the worst one. That's not.
That's the worst edition.
I think the one I watched was the final cut.
I think that's the one I have. I bought because I think that one's the best.
Yeah, the final cut.
And I believe that's where they're
Because
riding
I have
off
the
in
DVD.
car.
I have the big steel box that has like all the different versions of it now. But I think that's the one I watched.
Is it the Redux one with Harrison Ford that narrates? Is it Redux that it's called? I can't remember.
There's like the director's cut, the final cut, or something like that. But the final cut, I want to say, he doesn't narrate.
Hmm.
That it just shows them riding off.
Okay.
And you know what happens. It doesn't end like in that room.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 main versions, I believe, of it.
Yep.
I need to watch that film again though, because when I watched it there, after like everyone going on about it though for so long, it's like that was all right. Didn't think it was that great.
It's a complicated movie. Let's just say it's just
It's really dark. It's
Yeah.
wet. And when did that come out? Like 1982 or
yeah,
so?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a groundbreaking movie. There really wasn't a whole lot at all like that.
It's before he
when that
did
movie
Jedi,
came
I
out.
think. Yeah.
Hmm. It was groundbreaking. It was
Yep.
very different.
Yep.
But
I
the
haven't
new
seen
one,
2049 yet. I have
you need to see it. I liked it quite a bit.
Mhm.
yeah. I heard it's very good now. So it did.
There's one piece of technology, a companion piece of technology. I won't elaborate. If people who listen to this who have seen it know exactly where I'm going,
Mhm.
I'd like to talk about that piece of technology with y'all. Like,
Yeah.
would you? Yeah.
I need to see it then.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Well, it's out now on DVD and Blu-ray and
Yeah.
digital. So
I almost watched Justice League last night, but I didn't. I didn't watch it.
I haven't caught that yet either.
I kind of
So-
like it on Rotten Tomatoes. People seem to like it. Like the critics destroy it, but people seem to like it. So I'm not sure where I stand there. So I mean, Wonder Woman was fantastic. Suicide Squad was okay, and Batman vs Superman was also meh. So I don't know how this one's going to turn out.
I've yet to see Wonder Woman, so I have no opinion.
Oh
there.
really? You haven't seen Wonder Woman
Yeah.
yet?
Nope, still have not seen
It's
it.
very good.
Yeah.
Like that, I told you the last DC film I've watched was Man of Steel.
Okay.
Okay, it's been a while.
That's a bad one. It's a
Yeah.
bad one to watch.
I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed it though. but-
Really? Okay.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but it wasn't like anything as good as like some of the worst Marvel films.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I still need to watch 2049. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it
yeah,
yet.
you definitely got to see that. So I was gonna thinking about transitioning from that into Cyberpunk 2077. Are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
following that at all?
That's
Nope.
the game from the Witcher guys, right?
Yeah.
CD Projekt
Yeah.
Red.
Uh-huh. Correct.
And Witcher 3 is a phenomenal video game, so yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it should be great. I know nothing about it, except that it's based on that tabletop role-playing game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I haven't looked too much into it, but, I mean, for not knowing anything about a game, I have a good feeling about it. Just based on the reputation of the company who's making it
Mm-hmm.
and the setting. You know, I would bet on that. I would bet that that's probably going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean they've
If
built.
it's anything like The Witcher 3 in a cyberpunk world, I'm all fucking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they've built a good reputation. I think they're among the devs that have made that all of their games are good. You know, they've made
Mhm.
all good games. So, you know,
They
don't,
make quality products.
yeah,
It's good.
they don't have a bad game in their arsenal. So, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to that. I mean, I want to see what they do with that for sure. I played through The Witcher 3 twice, so just to tell you how much
Wow.
I love that game. So,
I started it. I got about like 5 hours into that game, and I never finished it.
it is so
I,
good.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's one of those that I should be all about that game,
Mhm.
but I just I don't know. Maybe I'm just not ready.
When did you play it now? Did you play it when it came out?
No, I started it about 2 years ago,
Okay.
and I tried to play it here recently. A couple months ago, I tried
Okay.
to play a little bit more, and I did play it a little bit more, and it was a little bit better. And I'm like, I'm just not ready to do it yet.
They
I don't know,
reworked
maybe-
a ton of stuff. Like they reworked the menus and the menu system. They reworked the combat a little bit, and a bunch of things that they actually reworked to make it better than it was when it first came out. So, because that
I
menu
played the
system
very
when it
first
came out-
Witcher.
Ooh.
I played that on computer, on PC,
Mhm.
and games come so far since then. I mean, huge.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the only one I haven't finished. I played 2 before 3 came out, and then I played through 3.
I've never played 1 or 2. I started 2. I could not get into that game at all. Like it was
2
way too
is
difficult.
very good.
Yeah.
I think it's an excellent game. Like I actually got it when it originally came out though. I played a bit of it, didn't, and then I got the 360 version. Again, played a bit of it, just didn't get in, and then I just decided, okay, I'm going to play through it now to get the save, and then import it into Witcher 3 because that was the thing you could do for Witcher 3. Like I said, I bought a new PC for the Witcher 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that
What's
game
your
takes a
favorite
lot.
aspect? What's your favorite aspect of The Witcher 3, Darren?
I just love the world. It's probably my favorite open world game I've ever played.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
I think it's
Very
absolutely
much.
beautiful, and I mentioned this as well. I love the fact going to the Skellig Isles and hearing Irish and Northern Irish accents. I absolutely adore it as well.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, you guys are very underrepresented in the video game
Yeah.
world.
I think there's more and more of them, more and more Irish representation though. in
I
video
hear a lot of
games.
Scottish. It seems like
Yeah.
maybe since I'm playing Skyrim. You know, I've been hearing a lot of pseudo Scandinavian accents,
hmm
and they throw some Scottish in there too.
Yeah, like if you play the Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there's a lot of like British accents in it as well. So
Yeah.
you'd hear a lot of English and Scottish and Welsh accents there as well.
But yeah, Witcher 3 is very good. If we just rewind a little bit to Cyberpunk, I forgot to talk about Altered Carbon. Have you seen that on Netflix?
I haven't watched it yet.
Have you
I
watched
plan
Travis?
to though, but
Altered Carbon?
I haven't seen it yet, but I did get the notice on Netflix that it's out.
It's very much
So-
a Cyberpunk Blade Runner style thing.
Yeah.
I think you'd
What's
like
the
it.
premise of the show?
I think a guy gets killed, and they bring him back a couple of years after he gets killed. I haven't watched it yet, but they bring him back a couple of years after he's killed, and they give him a new brain, like a new identity, and he's a cop pretty much,
Hmm.
and I think he has flashbacks of how his life
Ro-
was before.
RoboCop? No, I'm kidding.
Something like RoboCop, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much RoboCop. Man, that's an old one. My
That's
God.
classic, though.
RoboCop meets the sixth day.
Yeah. So, anything else you've been playing besides that?
One I've been wanting to play with you is Everybody's Golf.
Oh yeah, we still need to play that. That's right.
Yeah, we've been missing each other on that. That's a great, just kind of chill, enjoy it, and just
Fantastic.
shoot around the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I find it really relaxing to play it. Sometimes it pisses me off.
Yeah.
But that's golf. It's supposed to, I think.
Yeah. Once you get into the latter stages of the competition, oh my God, it gets really like at first it's really easy. It's like, oh, just walk in the park. It's pretty easy. You can beat anybody very easily, but then
Hmm.
just gets to a point where it's just like, oh my God, this. I tried to beat this boss because you have the boss characters at one point. I tried to beat the boss like 3 or 4 times. Could not beat the boss at all. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna stop playing for now and come back maybe later.
Have you checked out online? That's insane.
Oh really?
I mean, oh man.
Good players.
Oh yeah. Every time I go in there, it's all Japanese players.
Oh, yeah,
Not that I have
yeah,
a
that
problem
was-
with
I was gonna
Japanese,
say that.
but they were off the
Killing
chart.
it, yeah.
Incredible. Oh yeah, I was very out of my league,
Yeah.
big time.
I would guess so. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
want to go and try myself out.
Yeah,
It's like playing StarCraft 2
yeah.
online these days. It's like, okay, no, I don't
Yeah.
think. I
But
measure
it's
up.
worth checking out. You can go into that game and of course go into the online side, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sure.
Mhm.
And you look at the day's best scores on the different courses and all that. It's just ridiculous.
And I think you have to walk to every hole. Like you have to make your way to the hole to play your next round and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you
You
have
can
a
drive
cart,
the cart
drive the
around.
cart.
Yeah, you have a cart. You can drive that around quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, drive it like a jackass.
Yeah,
Completely.
exactly. Like you
Jump
would
some.
in real life.
Yeah, pull off some jumps,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to try that.
Yeah,
Online.
but actually, you know, we picked up quite a bit of games around the holidays because I didn't get a new console
Yeah.
this year or anything. So I'd kind of like a new PlayStation because the wireless and the PS4 Slim
Mhm.
and the PS4 Plus is better. The Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
but it's not that big a deal. I keep that plugged into an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, I do too.
to correct that.
I don't use
Because
Wi-Fi.
that Wi-Fi board on that is just it's not what is it, the A and the C.
Mhm.
I forget which standard it is, but it's not the best one. So anyway, like I said, I would keep that plugged in and take care of that. And most of our gaming is on the PS4. But what is a game changer? Almost forgot to bring this up. What do you guys think of that Xbox Game Pass program that's been reworked? Are you aware of it?
I've
yeah,
heard
no,
of it.
yeah, yeah. It's they've actually decided they're going to bring in their exclusive games on the launch day, same time as like physical the
Yeah.
physical releases.
That's a huge deal. That is a game changer to me.
The problem is though, I haven't touched my Xbox One in well over a year.
Yeah.
So
I haven't turned it on in a while also, so
Yeah, well, same here. I barely play. I got some titles just intentionally because I have the Xbox One in one room and the PS4 in another.
Mhm.
And if my son is playing on the PS4, which he prefers it to, just like I do, I need something that I can play in the other room.
Mhm.
So like I picked up Doom, which I keep meaning to play. So that's a title I picked up.
that's
You know,
fantastic.
Yeah, I should have got that on launch day. Don't know why, but that's a great game to have in there, something like that.
Mhm.
But I don't have too much. I would much prefer to play on the PS4. I think
Yeah.
the PS4 is just superior, clearly, this generation.
Yeah, I got both of them around the same time they came out now, and it was the PS4 is the one I prefer though because the I remember downloading game. Like I remember buying Unity, I think it was, or something, and I just remember the download speeds. I know people tend to have problems with the PS4 download speeds. I'm on wireless now on the PS4, on the Xbox One. Well, I don't have my Xbox One connected up anymore, but what I had, I just felt that download speeds for it took forever to download a game. So it did. Whereas the PS4, it's still not as fast. It's not like dead slow now, but it downloads a lot faster than the Xbox One did for me. And I didn't like the interface as well. It was just all cluttered up.
I agree. The PlayStation interface is better.
Yeah.
It's
superior. Like I don't know what it's like nowadays, the Xbox One now, because I don't look it up though. But I remember when I had it connected up and that there, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
They have improved it. I want to say 6 months ago, they cleaned it up, and it was a step in the right direction. But it's still not as simple and to the point as the PlayStation menu system, and which I like. You can just instantly go to where you want to go, and you can also enjoy the background better. There's not as much crap on the screen clogging it up, and it's very clear where you need to go. You don't have to guess where to go. Not that you really do on the Xbox either, but it's more intuitive on the PlayStation to me.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. It's just basically kind of like the cross media bar, but just a lot more refined, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that also the exclusives were better for the PlayStation so far on this generation.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I guess, but that wasn't the case till like 2015 though.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first year or so was Xbox really mainly had the exclusives, whereas PlayStation had Drive Club. It didn't set the world on fire. Little Big Planet 3 didn't set the world on fire. It wasn't really till Bloodborne came out where, okay, the PS4 is hitting out of the park now in terms of exclusives.
Yep.
And then since then, like look at last year. Yakuza, Zero, Nier Automata, flipping just games like that there came out for PlayStation side of things, and just, Neo and games like that. Like those three games were in my top 10 last year and all came up on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whereas last year Xbox One, what was there? Halo Wars 2?
Yeah.
That's the only one I can
Forza.
think of. Forza.
Forza,
7.
yeah.
Cuphead's a Microsoft exclusive as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of like full release,
That's the last
games.
That's the last game we got. We got that for Christmas as well. Cuphead.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth a play.
Still need to get that. I want to play it.
It's exactly as advertised.
I want to play it.
I don't know if you'd like that game now, Dennis.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's frustrating, but I kind of want to try it out.
It is. Oh yeah, it is. But it's so well done.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that these days it's pretty much Sony winning the if there's a console war still going on, I think it's Sony winning, then Nintendo, then pretty much Xbox at the very end there, at the tail end. Because I mean, there's a lot of exclusives on Sony's platform coming out this year that I'm looking forward to, and not much on, Microsoft's end. That's coming out. Scalebound was canceled. I don't know if we're going to get Crackdown. So, it's kind of...
Like, yeah, I'm still skeptical. Like, if I'm going to sing, like, I won't not be surprised if that game ends up being cancelled.
Yeah, same here. I wouldn't be surprised at all, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one of the selling points to that Game Pass program.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's a lot of bang for your buck, though.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, $20 a month?
Mm-hmm.
And to get access to that many, that's a pretty good deal.
I think it's £8 here now, so it is. So I think it's like $10 to $15 or something for yous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Must be 20 here, though.
Yeah. So maybe it's $15. I'll have to look it up. But I remember thinking it was a pretty low rate. It was lower than PlayStation's competing service.
Yeah.
And it actually
PSI.
downloads the game onto the console, which I prefer.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do not like. I think you guys over there and have Yakuza 5 now in PS now. We don't. And I'll be like, if only can download the game on PS4, I'd get it. I can't. Because Yakuza 5 is only on the PS3. It was only available digitally here, and I'm not going to do that. Download on the PS3 now because I don't have the space because I only have a 60 gigabyte one, and even though it's only 20 odd gigabytes, you like have to have twice the space pretty much to
run it. Yeah.
download and install it for some reason. And B, the download speeds I had for the PlayStation 3 were absolutely snail pace slow.
Yeah. So you'd rather stream the game?
No, I'd rather wish I could download it on the PS now
Okay.
and download it that way. Because like someone I follow tweeted about that. There are these games are available now on PS9. I seen Yakuza 5 is oh great. Too bad I can't download it.
Yeah. I actually canceled my Origin. I had the Origin subscription that you get games like free for a little while. You know, after they came out, I canceled that because I was not playing any of them. So it's kind of the game that they put out for free or whatever. I was like, oh, I'm not interested in this, you know. So I kind of canceled the service for some reason. But yeah, that was what, maybe $5 or $6 a month or something like that.
It's like I think it was £20 here for the year now. EA the Origin access.
Oh really?
Or EA, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got it when it came out on Xbox One now. I remember getting it for the year, but then I cancelled it after the year because it's like I don't use this whatsoever.
And it's a
No
fucking
point.
it's really hard to unsubscribe. I actually had to
Nice.
cancel the payment on my PayPal
Ooh.
to unsubscribe to it. I had to cancel the payment because it did an automatic payment to them. So I canceled the payment on my PayPal to them. And
That's so
when they canceled.
EA.
Yeah. So it was like, I can't
Just
find it
figures.
on the site, you know. Origin, I go to Origin and then it redirects me to another place. And how do I
Yeah.
cancel this? And then it doesn't work. And okay, whatever. I'll just cancel from PayPal. That'll be that.
Yeah, that's a game in itself. You
Yeah.
know, that's their toughest game is
Yeah.
how to cancel your subscription to their gaming service.
Exactly.
You know?
Like everything else is so easy.
Yeah.
Like Netflix and all that stuff. And,
Well, a lot of design went into that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To prevent you from easily,
Yeah.
stopping their cash flow.
It's like, are you sure you want to unsubscribe? Are you sure? Are you really?
Are you sure you're sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're sure you're sure?
So it's like, yeah, I don't want your service anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not into these types of, either streaming from the internet to play a video game or stuff like that. I tried it with the PlayStation 1, and it's not. And we have pretty good internet here, and it's not that great, to be honest.
Yeah, I used a trial. I think it was a 30-day trial or something when it sort of around the time it came out, and I got Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus because it was like the only Ratchet and Clank game at that point I never played, and it was all right though, but there's no point watching it. I rather played it in its like proper quality,
Yeah.
because you could definitely tell, oh, this is definitely a stream. It's definitely
Yeah, you see the
doesn't look-
pixelated stuff
yeah,
come up.
yeah, you can see pixelated stuff. There's a bit of input lag and stuff like that. There, it's not perfect now, but
Yeah, that's pretty
I played
important.
I played
Yeah.
a chunk of the game though, but I was like, nah, I want to play this proper though, and I still want to get it though. The thing is, that every time I look in the like second-hand stores, it's still like £15. Like this game came out like 5 years ago. Why is it still so? I wish it would be cheaper now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because wasn't a big print of it that came out here now. It's just
Yeah,
hard to
sometimes
get
it's
or
just
something.
they don't make enough, so they don't
Yeah.
they don't break down the price. But yeah, I mean, anything else you've been playing?
Let's see what
Off
else.
the top of your
Undertale.
Okay.
We picked that up. That's a cute game. We thought it was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
Did
guys?
you finish it?
We didn't finish it all the way. We ended up playing
Pacifist
something else.
ending?
Well, we didn't play Pacifist.
Okay.
You know, that's the one where you don't kill anybody, right? Throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah.
There's extra stuff after that now. Like if you do the passive standing, there's a little you do a bit more after the sort of first boss, final boss.
I like the sense of humor of the game. It's pretty funny. So my son and I, we played that one together, most of it. I think we're about 70% through, or finished with it, somewhere in there. But, we get distracted. We get playing a game for a while, and the next thing I know, he's wanting to play something else, or I'm wanting to play something else.
Yeah.
And then there's games that we will just play together. Like, that's one I can't go play by myself, or he won't play it by himself. And we did that with the Uncharted series. We did that with Uncharted 4 especially. We were really concentrated on, okay, we're not going to play this independently. We'll take turns with the controller, or however, whatever we will want to do for a single player game.
Yeah.
And just experience that together, which is pretty cool. Which he didn't like Uncharted 4. We finished that over the holidays too.
Okay.
He liked it. I'd probably say a little bit more than halfway through, and it's like he got tired of it.
Yeah, apparently it overstays its welcome. Apparently.
That was my problem with it. Unfortunately, I think that game kind of dragged on too long. It's the longest Uncharted game. It's like this game could have been several hours shorter. Would have been a better experience.
Yeah, it did drag on a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you ever watched the National Treasure films, I think it's like National Treasure the game. It's like, okay, get to this point now. This is going to be the end. Oh no, there's another clue here or something. Oh, you have to go to this another location now. Oh, you have to go to this another location now.
Oh, I hate those types of games. I really do.
It just seemed to drag on. Like you thought this would be the end of it now. This point of this part is like, oh no, there's a bit more after that.
Yeah,
I was getting a bit.
I think Andromeda did that also.
Fed up.
Towards the end,
it did.
You thought it was over, and no, there's something else. And I was like, God damn it. Okay.
Well, that's why I won't play games just for the sake of completing them as much. I do that a little bit now, but I really try to focus on the journey of the game. Am I enjoying this journey? I'm not all about like, hey, I just want to get this beat. I want to get this one done. This was in my backlog. I just have to get it done. Kind of like I was with the Order 1886. I'd rather play a game that I don't care if it's long or not. I'm just enjoying the whole ride as it goes along.
Yeah.
That's the type of experience that I'm looking for, where I don't have that completionist kind of mindset. Like, oh, I can't wait to finish this. I can't wait to finish this. I don't want to be thinking about the ending. I just want to just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And however long that lasts, wherever it leads me.
Exactly.
That's why last year I played a lot of long games comparison to previous years. Like I put 70 hours into Yakuza, 70 hours into Neo, 50 hours into Horizon, because I just enjoyed the games. I didn't want them to end really, so I did. Whereas other games are like, I just want to get this finished.
10 hours and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this to end.
Yeah, you're just finishing it for the sake of finishing it.
Yeah.
There's some mental checklist you have in your mind, like I have to finish this game.
I tend to do that a little bit. Like I'm not enjoying myself, but I need to see the ending. I need to see how it ends.
I need closure.
Yeah. I need
basically,
to see
right?
what happens. I did it with Andromeda. I was like, okay, this game is really not good, but I need to see how it ends and what happens. And
that was pretty much me with like Wolfenstein 2. I kind of want to see what happened next in the story. That was basically the reason why I played through that game, because I did not enjoy the gameplay at all for the most part, because just didn't like the difficulty specs it had.
Yeah. I kind of need to go back to
one little
that.
cute game I picked up too was called Stories, Path of Destinies.
Okay.
And it was like $1.86, which was nothing. And I took a gamble on it. I looked at Metacritic. That's usually where I'll go, like real quick, to just get a sense of how the game is. And it was reviewed okay. And I thought, hey, under $2, I'll take a chance on it. And it's a very light, it's almost a casual game to me. But the narration and the voice acting, the narrator, I mean, he nailed it in that game. It made it for me. And it's this kind of choose your own adventure type game where you play
pretty much
a fox. Yeah, it's not. It needed some improvement in some areas, but for $1.86 or whatever it was, that was great. I think I played it for about 4 hours to beat it, or so, 4 or 5 hours, and it was kind of a no pressure game, and just kind of had fun with it as I went along. And I'm glad it wasn't longer, because it would have got really repetitive, because it was starting to.
Well, I mean, for $5, that's pretty great.
Well, no, $2.
$2,
Less than $2. I mean, that was the time to buy it.
Yeah.
So I like getting little games like that and having those little experiences like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on PS Plus as well a while back, and that's where I got and tried it out, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those games you actually could play through again and go through a completely different route and have a different experience as well. Like you said, like it's choose your own adventure.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Those are good games, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of doing it your way and kind of more of a sandbox game, big release coming up, Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
I've already pre-ordered that.
Oh, you have?
I mean,
okay.
yeah. I haven't read too much about it because I haven't seen any early reviews come out, because I think we're still about a month out
Yeah.
from release.
27th of March, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that looks pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
The setting, what's going on. You know, you almost got this David Koresh dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Pretty much.
leading taking over a small town.
Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna play out. I know you play as different characters, like a bunch of different people in the game. I think there's like 4 or 5 different characters. You can even play as a dog, I think. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were like this new sheriff deputy that came into town, and you've got to clean up the town. You know, basically this cult has moved in.
Yeah.
And they're to the county, Hope County. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've taken over the county, and you've got to remove them by whatever means you feel necessary, which of course is going to be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, being Far Cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Blunt
I think
force.
it's a group that bands together to stop those guys. So because they in the videos that I've seen from Ubisoft, they introduce the preacher, they introduce the sniper guy, the helicopter guy. I think there's a girl in there somewhere, and it seems to me that you play as different characters throughout the story, unless you're playing online and you're playing different people. I don't know.
I just assume those I think I assume you're talking about the ones when the game first showed up, was released, like the first info and it had those character traits. I assume they would be the characters you just come across during the game itself.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I mean, I'm okay either way as long as it's done well. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So
to me, I thought it was you play as these characters, because I think I saw a demo at one point and he plays as the dog. And the dog goes in as like a distraction or something, and then you pick up your guy and he snipes the people coming in from into the church or something. So
wasn't that gameplay demo they showed of it last
it was,
year?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was.
Yep.
Smartest dog ever.
Yep. The dog's a decoy for the operation. So
he's a drone basically then.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a Ubisoft game, of course.
Yeah, of course. They need a drone in some way. It's not an eagle. It's a fucking a real drone, or So yeah, it does look interesting. I'm interested in that game. I just don't know enough about it to prompt a purchase, like a pre-purchase of it. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see where the pieces fall and everything, and then maybe at that point I'll buy it.
I think I read that we both have a copy, of course, and we can play online. Like I can hop on to help you complete some missions if you need help.
I think it's a co-op online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's properly co-op campaign this time around. Unlike in Far Cry 4, it was like you can do co-op, but you don't do story missions. You can't do that. You just have to do the outposts and that there, which I think kind of sucked. And also, it only added on to like the hosts game as well. So like if you did those outposts and went back to your game, it didn't progress over. You had to do them in your own game as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
sucked.
I remember that. Yeah. So it's cool that it's multiplayer story
Yeah,
thing.
that adds a component,
Yeah.
Definitely. Sounds like that could be
Like-
fun.
I've
Yeah,
only
like that was the reason why I played Far Cry 4 more than 3 because of the co-op. Because I enjoyed it though, and me and Des played a bunch together and had some good moments.
Yeah.
So hopefully, with the story campaign in this one now, then I'll definitely hopefully be as better.
Yeah. It will surely be interesting to see what they come up with, because I mean 5 games already for Far Cry, which is I never thought they would get to 5
Yeah.
games that series, but
Well, it's actually more if you include all like the Far Cry
true.
Primal and Far Cry Instincts
Yeah, that's
and all
right.
them
Yeah.
different sort of spin-offs.
I forgot about Primal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the very first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, still have it.
The one
so-
with malaria and all that.
Yeah, were you on the island
Yeah.
in your Hawaiian shirt?
Yep.
You dropped on there.
No, I think the one with malaria was 2 now, there.
Yeah, that's 2. You're right.
Okay.
That's the one in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. But what
First
was
one,
one? Did you turn into a beast or something? You turned into a
The first one was you're like Travis says, like a tropical island.
okay.
So it pretty much was, and it was like that was done by Crytek as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's why it was called Far Cry.
Oh, that's right. Crisis, Far Cry.
Yeah.
Rise.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. The only game I pre-ordered so far this year is MLB 18, so because I'm a huge baseball fan, so I always
Yeah, I
pre-order
played
those games.
I got the 17 on sale a while back and played some of that.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I mean, it's great. It's just hard to bet. The batting is hard for me.
Do you play Be a Pro or do you play the season mode?
Be a pro.
Okay, that's the only thing.
No, I did both. I created a pitcher. And
Okay.
of course, I named him after myself.
hmm
And I didn't like how it went the first time. And then the second time, I did better, like in the draft, and I got drafted in the first round by the Yankees.
Yeah.
And it went really well.
Mhm.
And there were some issues like, hey, why are you pulling me? I'm pitching a no hitter, and I've got plenty
Yeah.
of gas left in the
Yeah.
tank. Why are you pulling me?
Yeah.
This is absolutely, as a manager, what not to do.
Exactly.
I think I can handle the 9th inning. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think it goes to a certain pitch count, and then automatically the guy says, "Okay, you're out." And I
Yeah.
don't know why they do that, because that's not realistic at all.
I had to change that setting on there, and
Yeah.
they would still do it every now and then. It was a real head scratcher why they would pull you as a pitcher.
hmm
And so I played a lot of the pitching game. But when I tried to go and play like a season, like just play with the Astros,
Yeah.
man, the batting was hard for me. I had a
Yeah, it's
hell
very,
of a time.
very hard.
I mean, the timing, you got to be perfect.
Yeah, I've been playing these games for maybe 7 or 8 years now, and it's the first time in a while that I played as a shortstop in Be a Pro, and it took me a while to get the batting really completely down, so I could bat well. Actually, I was under 200 for pretty much a big part of my Be a Pro career.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm never gonna make it to the major leagues. I'm never gonna make it there. So, and then all
It
of a
was
sudden,
frustrating.
I start to get better and get better and better, and then eventually made it up. So,
I mean, I was swinging at air like
Yeah.
every time.
yeah,
It was
pretty
bad.
much.
Bad.
And it's like, you're late. No, I wasn't late. I was right on
Yeah.
the freaking thing.
Yeah, I know.
But the new
But-
game, the MLB 18, they did very big tweaks to Be a Pro. Like, you're gonna play in college this time. You don't
Okay.
start like in Double A. You'll play in college, and then you'll make your way through the drafts. And it's not just like 2 games to the prospect games that they have.
Hmm.
It's not like
Yeah.
just 2 or 3 games. It's going to be like, I think it's 2 seasons of college ball, and then they'll see how you rate, and then how you rate in the draft, and then you'll be drafted and all sorts of stuff. Apparently, there's a lot of new stuff that they're doing with the system. So I'm very much anticipating this game. Like
Okay.
it's one of my big it's one of my yearly purchases, I could
Mhm.
say. Like,
I enjoyed the pitching. I
Yeah.
mean, I got a lot out of that. Enjoyed that quite a bit.
Mhm.
But you have to be a starter, not a closer.
Yeah.
Because when I tried it as a closer, I just didn't get the innings in. I didn't get the time.
Mhm.
And it takes forever to progress because you're lucky if, on the schedule, every 4 or 5 games you play, and you're only playing maybe, an average of 1.5 innings.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that
that
gets
affects your
tiresome at that
experience
point,
big
yeah.
time. Yeah.
If you're playing every 5 games and you're a starter and you get, 6 or 7 innings in, that's, good.
Yeah. It's
So,
significantly different. So I thought I'd be like, this great closer, come in real short. And then once I understood how the game worked, it's like, no, that's not the way to go.
yeah, pretty much. So
But,
anything else on your radar or you've been playing or nothing
that's
more?
pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Next month, I think I have the subscription for Xbox Live coming up. So
Okay.
I've got to make the decision. Hey, do I want to continue to pay for Xbox Live?
You're gonna
Because if
renew?
I do, I'm going to go with Game Pass.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that Game Pass program. But if I don't do that, I think I'm just going to let that slip. That just save the $55 or whatever.
Hmm.
Because I'm really just not. I'm not playing the Xbox enough to justify it.
Yeah, that's why I cancelled my Xbox Live subscription though. Like not last year, the year before. I just let it run out and just like, yeah, I'm not playing this anymore. There's no point.
Hmm.
Still not justify paying it though each month, like for the year, and I'm not really playing online on it much. So like the last game I actually bought for my Xbox One was Halo 5.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Haven't played in a while, but sometimes I'll go back and play Rock Band, so we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes. But yeah, there's nothing really coming out.
Yeah, the Sea of Thieves, that didn't really excite me.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know. It looks cool. It looks fun.
The water looks cool.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a big part of the the game.
Yeah, water looks great. But other than that, I just didn't. I thought I'd just wait. I mean, I watched some footage on like IGN or something like that
Hmm.
when the beta was open. And it didn't look like there was enough to do for me,
Hmm. Yeah,
But I heard there like people have seen more of it though, like behind closed doors now, and it seemed to be quite promising.
Oh,
From
okay.
what they saw. So hopefully there'll be a lot more than what they've shown in the beta now. Like I watched a bit of the was it the unfinished? Quick look Giant Bomb did,
Mhm.
and looked at it. Like I'm still interested in that game now. Hopefully it's good though, because heck, it's the first Rare game in forever.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want a good pirate game? I mean, it sounds awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
we should. I'm rooting for that game to be good. I want it to be good.
yeah. I do. Yeah. From what I've seen from the Giant Bomb thing, it kind of looks fun to play. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in seeing how it goes, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to for sure wait for some reviews to come out and some more information on that.
Hmm.
Because, like I said,
Like I said, I'll just get on the PC. So well if it's good,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's an idea.
because I'm not hooking up my Xbox One now after all this time.
Oh,
just
that's
to play
true.
it.
Stored
Yeah.
away.
I'll have to
Yeah.
download. Probably
It's not
download
coming
an
on
update,
PS4, no?
Probably take it. No,
Okay.
it's an exclusive. It's rare. It's a rare game. Rare's under Microsoft.
Yeah, Rare doesn't do
so-
PS4. That's right.
No, it's a Microsoft owned studio. So
Yeah.
They've been around for a while, that's for sure.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, speaking of TVs, how do you like your new TV, Dennis?
I like it. It took me a while to actually get the image that I wanted into because you have to do a lot of fiddling with the colors, and you have to set it for a certain like when they sell you the TV, they sell you um, the model so it could be displayed in stores. So,
Hmm.
you'll have all the backlight and everything is going to be for stores. So, yeah, you have to fiddle with that and put it for a basement or a house or something like that. So, yeah.
But are you happy with the purchase?
I
Say
think
what?
he's
Say what,
distracted.
Travis?
Are you happy with the purchase?
Yeah, I'm happy with the purchase.
How much did it cost you? I don't know if you said it
Yeah,
now
it's
the
seven
last time.
hundred dollars. 700
Okay.
bucks it cost me. There are some very expensive ones like 1400,
Oh,
1500.
yeah.
I'm not really ready to pay that amount for a TV. Like I think the one that I paid, like the 49-inch that I got, I think that's a correct price for that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. When
Yeah,
we were
well, it's like
looking at that, that's a sweet spot of in the
Yeah,
price range there.
yeah. So I didn't want to pay too much, but I wanted to pay enough to have a good quality
yeah, you didn't
television.
want a cheap ass. You didn't want a cheap ass one now, like
Yeah,
non-brand one. Like what brand is it?
it's an LG.
Okay.
Like it's not the top. It's in the top 15 TVs that you sent me, there, Travis. The,
Yeah.
the the list there. It's like the 15th
Y-
TV, and it's recommended.
Yeah.
So
It's a legit TV.
yeah,
It should be a legit set and quality and everything.
yeah, yeah. It took me a while.
Do
I
you have a
had to
4K TV,
fiddle.
Travis?
Say what, Darren?
I was asking Travis, does he have a 4K TV?
Yes. Yeah. I got a value set because I was tight on money at the time. And I think it's that TCL brand.
Okay.
And it's a
Never
real
heard of
gamble
it.
when you buy that brand because that is a pretty much a bargain brand. But for the price point for what I paid for it, it was pretty good.
Hmm.
So, it's respectable, especially with the price in mind.
They're
And
Yeah.
they're very cheap nowadays. That's for sure. Like you can
yeah,
get one.
you want to get a warranty, like, I don't know what's available to you, like at Walmart. You can get a Walmart warranty fairly inexpensive. That's something that you would want to do. And you'd also want to catch it on sale. You want to
Mhm.
maximize the value you get.
Yeah,
And you want to do your homework on the specific model for that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
because
I
most of the
agree.
models of
I
that
did
brand are just
a lot of
not too
work
good.
to try to find the TV. Like I did a lot of research and to get the one that wasn't too expensive and did the job. That 4K because you need 4K and HDR on your TV because
Yeah.
some just
That's what
have
I've heard.
HDR, some just have 4K.
Hmm.
So you need to look for a TV that does both, and then you have to set it up. You have to find your like not everybody has the same eyes, so you need to find your color
Sweet spot.
ratio and what you make the dark a little bit less dark and the white's more white and all the other colors and then you have to figure out with the PS4 Pro you need to figure out the 4K and how to set the 4K up um, and everything like you have to set the PlayStation to play non 4K games in higher resolution because there's like a setting on the on the PS4 Pro that you can put
Yeah,
to
boost mode, isn't it?
say what?
It's boost mode,
Yeah,
isn't it?
boost mode. You have to put boost mode
Or
on. So
or
they
upscaling, right?
yeah, upscaling. So they don't look bad. I mean that you can see the difference between 4K and a regular game. Of course, when you put a 4K game, it'll be cleaner, crispier. It looks the image is sharp. Everything looks really, really good. And when it's not a 4K game, it's a little darker. It's a little, you know, I wouldn't say uglier, but it's a little not as clean as a 4K game would look. But it still looks good. It still looks really, really good. So Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it for how much I paid for it. I'm very happy
Yeah, yeah,
of the quality that I have. I'm not saying
good.
I'm not gonna get another one, maybe somewhere down the line, like a
Hmm.
bigger one and a more expensive one, sharper one. But for now, it does the job for sure. So we'll see.
I'll get one if I ever decide to get an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, well, I got both
But
at
I'm
the same
good.
time, pretty much. So I got the PS4
Yeah, the
Pro and
PS. Yeah,
the 4K
yeah.
TV. So yeah,
But I'm good for now with my 50-inch 1080p.
yeah, one
Yeah,
terabyte of hard drive is pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet deal. So yeah.
I put a new drive on my PS4 a while back, a 2 terabyte drive.
Oh, really? Okay.
I bought and put in there. Well worth it.
Yeah. It didn't,
Yeah, nuts.
no problems with it or anything.
No, zero problems. I just looked it up online, went to
Yeah, it's like
Amazon. I think I even got it on sale for around, I want to say the drive was somewhere in the neighborhood of $80.
Okay.
So it wasn't really expensive, you know, it's a little steep, but it fixed my space problem. And it was
Okay.
pretty simple. You just follow the instructions. You download, it's basically their operating system in your saves, and you have all that on a thumb drive. And you take the cover off, which is pretty simple, put in the new hard drive, then plug in the thumb drive, and it loads everything back up on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it takes a couple hours to do it,
Yeah.
but it's not hard per se.
I wouldn't say because, a hard drive is a hard drive. No matter if
It was
it's,
a little bit trickier to clean the fans on the PS4, the fan that I just did,
yeah.
because there's one part of the cover that is really tricky to take off, and it does feel like you're going to break it.
Mm-hmm.
The on the top, there's I don't know, depending on which model you have, there's more one side that's bigger and more matte and finished, and then there's a smaller side that's more glossy. The
Yeah.
smaller side comes off really easy, but the bigger side that's got that matte finish,
Mhm.
because I have an original PS4, it is trickier to take off. But that fan, you saw this on Twitter. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a big difference in the way that fan looks and how much carpet is just, it looks like carpet growing on the fan blades.
Man.
So,
That's a
and it didn't take
lot of
long to
dust.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a 20-minute deal, and then you have a clean fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need, not now because my system's pretty new, but, somewhere
I
down.
need to do it though.
Yeah. Somewhere down.
I,
Mine's
uh,
4 years old.
I
at
need
this
just a
point.
second. I'll be right back. Hold
All
on.
right, no problem.
Okay.
So, what do we talk in the meantime?
I guess we should talk about Paladins.
Say what?
Paladins.
Oh yes, yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing some Paladins a bunch since we downloaded the game. What, a month ago, maybe? I play.
Yeah, it's pretty much. We were just talking online. I think we were talking about. We actually originally, I remember, we actually eventually just jumped on to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
So it did, and I talked about how Paladins is getting its own battle royale mode,
Mm-hmm.
and I told you that it's something like Overwatch. So it's like basically a hero shooter.
Yeah, it's pretty much the
And
same
we
thing.
played we both went on PS4, downloaded. We played a bit of Fortnite, about 2 rounds. I was like, okay, let's go on to Paladins now, and yep, I deleted Fortnite not too long afterwards.
Mhm. Yep. So I'm just we played some of that, and then I just continued playing Paladins for every day ever since I downloaded that game. So I'm at level 38 right now in that game, and I've put one of the characters one of my characters that I use the most is Grok, and I'm level 17 with him right now. So the level cap for a character is level 25. So once you get to level 25, that's the level cap for every character in the game. So yeah, I do enjoy the game a bunch. It's not, of course, it's not Overwatch for sure. There's a lot of glitches in that game.
But you like it enough to continue play it though.
Yeah.
It's still in beta though. Pretty much it says on the thing.
Yeah.
It's a free to play hero shooter, which has similarities to Overwatch. Some of the heroes in this have
Yep.
certain abilities that are kind of similar to Overwatch
They
heroes.
said they have the same traits, or they have the same.
Yeah, same traits or something like that. And they kind of look similar and stuff like
Yeah.
that. There's I think there's like 20 odd, 25 to 30 heroes, I believe. They, like I said, they add new ones constantly, I believe.
Hmm.
It was £16 to get all of the heroes, and after we played a bit of it, we just decided, yeah, you know what, we like this game enough to
Yeah, it was
give them the money.
$25, I think, for all the heroes.
Yeah,
So
and yeah, we played a bunch of it together, like over the last like few weeks now. He said more than I have, but I really enjoy that game. I think it's a nice alternative to Overwatch.
yeah, which are not heroes;
Which-
they're called champions in this game.
Champions,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So I've been playing pretty much every day now. I've done pretty much all the quests. I've actually paid real life money to get some of the skins for some of the.
Yeah, part of the problem.
Yeah, part of the problem of the thing. But yeah, I paid money because in this game the thing is that you have to pay. It's you buy them with they call it crystals. You need crystals to buy the loot boxes, and you need crystals to buy the keys to open the loot boxes. So you'll have different keys. You'll have keys for like frontline. You'll have keys for attackers and etc. etc. So you buy the loot box and then you buy the key to open the loot box. So I purchased 3 loot boxes and 3 keys, and I got because you're assured of a legendary skin once you do that. So I buy those. Sorry, I buy 3 of those, and I get 3 legendary skins, but for characters that I don't use. So I paid
Do you know which ones they were?
$45. Yeah, it's I got the one that what is her name? Like the little genie one with the mirror.
Okay, I forget
I
all.
can't
don't
remember
know all
her
the
name.
names though.
I got the legendary skin for Pip, little squirrel thing, and I got another.
You mean Ratchet?
Yeah, Ratchet, pretty much, and another legendary skin for what's his name? The guy with the snakes. The healer with the snakes there.
Oh yes.
I can't remember his name, but
yeah, I can't remember the name. I know a few of the names, so I just can't remember all of them now.
yeah, but I can't remember Matumbo or something like
I
that.
think that's it. Matabu. Yeah, you're it's around that. Yeah, it begins with an M now. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I got all 3 of those, and I was like, God damn it! I still had like 400 crystals left, so I played more games and got the crystals that I needed, and finally I got my my legendary skin for Grok, the character that I use the most in the game. So after 4 shots, I finally got the good character. So I was happy about that. But yeah, I've been playing maybe way too much of that game, so I should probably calm down a little bit. Like I never finished the DLC for Assassin's Creed yet. I haven't finished a couple of things, but I've been playing a lot of that and trying out different champions here and there. Some of them I really like. I like the professor that's like Doc from Back to the Future. The can't remember his name, but he's Irish in this one, so it's funny. He's an Irish professor. No, so I've been playing all of those characters, all those champions, and trying to jump from one champion to the other, see which one I like and which one I don't. So it's very different from Overwatch in some aspects of the game. Like it's more fast-paced, and I I guess people are really good at this. Like it's been out for what, almost 3 years now. So, and it's still in beta, which is surprising. But
And I think it came out. No, it came out the same year as Overwatch in beta. It came out like September of 2016.
yeah,
I
Overwatch
believe.
came out in May, and
Yeah.
that one came out in September. And it's been in beta since that time. But they've added champions. There's I think 4 more champions coming now in a couple of weeks. So it keeps growing, pretty much like Overwatch. But there's no more new maps. There's no uh, they don't overhaul it as much as they do for Overwatch. So I don't know. It's very good. It's not Overwatch for sure, but it's still a very good game. I very much enjoy it, and we'll continue playing it for sure. So
I have not touched Overwatch in what 4 or 5 months now. I
wow,
guess.
okay. I played it a bunch over the holidays, and I kind of want to go back and play it, but each time I log on, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go play Paladins, and end up playing Paladins for the entire night. So, you know, I really need to get back into that game because it's still very good. So, yeah, that's pretty much. I've been playing that. I've been playing The Sims 4, which
Gee, I wonder why.
the giant bomb thing that they're doing, 13 Deadly Sims, kind of got me into playing that game again. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna download the entire giant bomb, community, not community, but the giant bomb staff, and put them in apartments because I paid, and this is crazy, but I paid $144 to download all the DLC that was missing from that game.
Yes, you're doing that all the DLC and expansions there.
Yeah.
I believe it. My daughter's a huge Sims fan.
Yeah, she loves.
And and it adds up
Oh yeah,
big time.
it's insane.
It was more. It was probably more than that if you bought it like outside of CD keys now.
Yeah, I
though.
bought it on CD keys, so they had like some of them were not on sale, but some of them were like maybe $5-10 off or something like that.
Yeah, they were cheaper than if you bought them on Origin now.
Yeah. Origin is like $50 all of them, so I'm like, okay, no, never. But yeah, they're cheaper on CD keys, but it adds up, man. There's a lot of DLC for that game. There's a ton of DLC.
There's I think there's like 3 expansions, but there's all like loaded bundles.
Yeah, little bundles
like
and-
game packs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just last night she got like the laundry bundle.
Okay.
And that was like $10.
Mhm.
She's like, Dad, can I use your credit card? Here's $10 that I saved up. I want to buy this. I'm like, okay, what is it? And it's a laundry. Something about doing laundry. I didn't even look at it. I said, you can do laundry here, like in real life. You
Yeah.
don't have to have the Sims do it.
Yeah.
We have plenty of
As
laundry
long as
to
it's
do.
not a thing with like a drugs pack or something along those lines, then it could be way worse.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna dip into that. But
No.
yeah, I was I mean, I downloaded the entire. I downloaded like the expansion, which gives you, I think, 4 or 5 new areas that you can live in, and there's one that's apartment buildings, and I put like Giant Bomb East in one apartment, Giant Bomb West in another apartment, and myself in an apartment with Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. So I'm living with the Game of Thrones people, the Game of Thrones girls in apartments. So, it's
That's not, like I said to you on Twitter, that's not going to end well
no, yeah, exactly.
No.
for you.
Probably end in killing me in my sleep or something. But yeah. So I got also the pets expansion. I have a cat that I call Mr. Bigglesworth. I wanted a dog, but the dog is because I live in an apartment, so the dog could not go outside to go do his thing. So I said, okay, Mom. So I gave him away and then got a cat instead. And now the cat's always waking me up
That's
at night.
That's the right choice.
That the cat's always waking me up, and then I had to teach him not to wake me up. I had to teach him not to go on the counter. I had to teach him, all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty much like real life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's weird because it's a type of game you could just sit back and let it play itself and watch what the Sims are going to do, like how they interact and how they go about their business. And it's really crazy to see. I mean, everybody's going to say, oh, it's a casual game. No true gamer would play that game or stuff like that. But I mean,
I don't know about yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a little bit like misleading, people saying that.
Well, it is a sort of a casual game in an aspect, though, because it's just nice and laid back. It's like a relaxing game. It's not like
It is a casual game.
There's like micromanagement and stuff like that there, but it's not along the lines of something like a turn-based strategy game or like Civilization or anything like that. Now it's just like, okay, what piece of furniture do I want in my house, or what costume do I want my Sims to wear, or something along those lines.
I mean, you can take it as deep as you want.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's whatever level, how deep do you want to get into it? It's just like the expansion packs. How much do you want to spend, for the experiences that you're going to have on that game?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I know Dennis too, you played it when it first came out,
Yeah, I played the first
18
one.
18 years ago now.
Yep,
Nearly
exactly.
20 years ago,
Yeah.
which is mind blowing. And,
2000 it came out.
yeah. And, I remember pushing my PC at the time to play it. I put in like a little graphics card
Yep.
at the time just to play that game.
Yep. Exactly.
I think I had a machine that was like 300 megahertz or something like that
Yeah.
at the time. That's how long ago it was.
And everybody was playing that game, and everybody was
yeah,
freaking
it was
out.
cool. Yeah.
I created my family in that game, so it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we created our friends, family, everybody.
Yep.
And, we had one friend that would come over at that time and get drunk and pass out on the couch.
Yep.
And it was weird because he did that in The Sims. He would just like pass out, but he
Yeah.
would do it in the yard. He would, it'd be like, there's Mark. Okay, he's passed out drunk in the lawn,
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes
It's
it's you can put personalities on the Sims. Like you can put your personality on your Sim and see how he's gonna react. Like I'm a tech geek, I'm a clean freak and stuff like that. Like I put all those traits on my Sim and it's pretty much me. It's really me. Like I'm always on the computer. I'm always playing the video games. I'm always, it's my Sim. My Sim is exactly how I am in real life. So.
It's simulation. There you go.
Yeah.
It's
But it
Dennis
just
simulation.
boggles my mind to see all the work that goes into those games and how they make it so, it's so you just leave it be and they're gonna do their thing and they're gonna go to bed and they're gonna go take a shower and you could just leave and leave the game there and it's gonna play itself. It's just crazy. I don't know how they do that, but it's insane. It's really
Yeah, it works on different levels, I think.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, I think she started playing with that as she got out of playing with dolls. Not
Yeah.
that we like playing with dolls, but for her, she saw that in it. For
Yep.
me, when I played it, I really like doing the architectural stuff. I like to design the house and everything and think,
Yeah.
okay, what would I want to have in real life? How would I want my house to be? You
Yeah.
know? And then the comedy stuff, but like you do, setting up everything into motion and
Yep.
just watching it go.
Yep.
That was cool. So, there are a few different levels, I think, for the mass appeal of that game to work.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's still around. I think it's still worthwhile. Interesting game for sure.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's come a long way. They're pretty much due for a fifth game now. I think the fifth installment of that game.
Did you ever do the Sims Online?
No, I never did that. I remember that being a thing though.
I have a friend. I don't even know if I should talk about it. It got so crazy for him. He used to play The Sims Online.
Yeah.
And how it worked is they had these DJs. And I don't know if they do this with other games. I imagine they do. And they would play
Second
music
Life.
and do announcements and
Yeah.
say, hey, over at Dennis's house, there's a party.
Okay.
And people...
Something like Second Life. I
Yeah,
guess.
Second Life. that's
Yeah,
what I was thinking.
yeah, they were doing that like Second Life kind of, I guess. And then people would
Yeah,
go
before-
over,
like it's
yeah.
before Second
They
Life
would go over to
existed.
Dennis's house, which he may have paid this DJ to advertise for him or whatever, and have all this stuff going down.
Yeah.
And people were, it's a whole different level of interaction.
Yeah.
And what happened to him with some real life interaction.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should go into it on the podcast, but it was definitely interesting. This, it was kind of life imitating art.
Yeah,
it was
you lose
pretty
your
strange.
Yeah, you lose your
Yeah, because he was a totally
connection.
different person on
Yeah.
the game. On the game, totally different person.
Yeah.
And, so was this other person. They were a totally different person. And then how that correlated into real life, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Second Life or
And then how I was hearing the story in bits and pieces, because I was talking to this person quite a bit, and then hearing it develop, it's like, whoa, wow,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like EVE Online or stuff like that people just pay crazy amounts of money to get spaceships. It's insane. It's really real life money.
Star Citizen as well.
Yeah, Star Citizen.
It's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go into that, but I wouldn't go into that big of a hole. But I mean, I just paid $144 to get all the DLC to The Sims. So,
well if you enjoy it and you get a lot of entertainment out of it, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I know people pay way more than that to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, casinos and
I mean,
all
you
that.
name it. Yeah, name it. Name the hobby. Golf. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, $144 for all the,
In golf,
hours of entertainment you get out of it. Yeah.
I spent $3,000 to go to WrestleMania this year. There you go.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Those live events, yeah, they add up too.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
expensive. That's very expensive.
Live events. Oh my gosh.
So I think you told me you need to wrap up soon.
Yeah, I got to wrap
Yes.
up. I got some stuff to do with the kids. We're kind of over that 2.5 hour mark
Okay.
for me.
So Darren,
I'm
you want to
kinda
go
turning
fast on
into
Monster Hunter and how it's
And I'll probably talk about it in a later episode.
Okay.
So
okay, but
because I want to go into detail.
okay, but just
And Derek-
like a very
if
brief.
Derek, if Derek wants to go, he might want to be on the next episode and talk about
Yeah.
it as well. Because I'd like to talk about more about it in
I'll
detail.
go take a shower while you guys go talk about that. But yeah, I mean,
An hour later.
I know a lot of people love that game. I've seen a ton of people, like my friends, not only you guys, like people from work playing that game, and people that I don't expect playing Monster Hunter.
It's very much like the Yakuza 0 last year. There's been people, it was like a sort of cult series beforehand. Like there was a few people really liked it, but then everyone seemed to jump on board from last year for Yakuza 0, and it seems to be the way this year with Monster Hunter World. Like it's like I've tried a few of them beforehand. Like I played 3 Ultimate, I played 4 Ultimate, and I put like a number of hours into each of them now. But this is the one that just sort of, okay, this works now. I know all the ins and outs. It's not that complex.
I kind of want to get into it,
what's
but I
up-
don't at the same time.
Despite, to be honest though, like if you follow the tutorials, it's not like some people think, oh, this is completely impenetrable. It's not really. You just find your weapon of choice. You could try the different weapons out in the training area, and you could say, okay, and there's like these different sort of systems, but it's not that complicated, to be honest.
Yeah.
When you actually find get into it though, like I've put 50 odd hours into it thus far. Derek's put way more than I have, and I've yet to finish the main story of the games. But I'll try to get it this week though, because I want to finish it. I want to move on and play a few other games like Celeste and some games like that has come out this year as well.
All right, so we could talk about it in another podcast since we're going to wrap up.
Yeah.
So we can let Travis go. So
all right, it's been a pleasure, guys. Yeah,
thank you
for inviting me, having me on.
Yeah,
it's cool talking with y'all.
We covered a whole range of subjects.
I know. Yeah, it took a
of
while. I had this little list printed out of some talking points, and for I don't know how long it was, but it took forever before we started talking about games.
Yeah,
which was cool. That was okay too. It's not bad.
Yeah, well, we had fun.
Not that much different from a normal episode, to be honest. We can talk about games
pretty
now,
much
so
like
we go
this,
into political
every time.
tangents or movies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the subject police, stay on point.
No.
No, no, no.
No.
It's very open
We're
here.
not that. We're not that bad.
Yeah.
Really.
So thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you, Darren, also for joining the podcast as usual. And
No
I'll
worries.
thank myself.
I kind of want to play Paladins today.
Yeah. No, well, I gotta download the GTA if you want to play that. So.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you everybody
Um,
for listening. We'll be back soon. Probably do a Monster Hunter thing. So that Derek and Darren can talk about. So
Might do a Monster Hunter special actually if Derek's off.
yeah, you guys can do that. So you can talk about it, and I don't have to be there.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
You should try it though.
I should try.
I don't
it.
know.
I should try. it. I
Yeah. Maybe you'd like it though.
Yeah.
You never know.
I should give it a shot for sure. So thank you. If you hear yelling, it's my nephew playing Overwatch. By the way, sorry about that.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Travis and Darren, and we'll see everybody very soon. So later, bye.
Bye.
Take care. Okay, do I need to stop this? Stop recording?